What's up, fight fans? Y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy T-John and Noah. Let's get it, guys. It's time for the whole real crew. All right, man. What's been good with you, bro?
What's good, ho? Ain't nothing
Man,
much.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling
great, even with that green top.
Honestly, bro, it's pretty good. I was telling people, I was like, if this was 2015, 2016 me, I'd have rocked this. I ain't gonna hold you. I'd have had a stint, but I ain't never really dyed my hair. The most I did was like I like blonded like the top of my head, like blonde-ish. It was like orange. That was it. But if I ever did like full, I wouldn't have minded this. Had like a little Uzi phase, but I didn't do that. I didn't fade it.
So you're not too mad at it.
Nah, but I'm just too old for it now. You know what I mean? Like I'm at a different place in my life to where this is not acceptable to me. So I'm blown, but I'm like, it could be worse. And I'm in Florida. So if I was in Maryland, I'd probably be more blown, but niggas walk around with worse than this in their hair all the time. So it's like, okay. I feel like what?
Did your son look at you a little
Nobody
funny?
freaked out. That was another thing. Everybody kind of accepted it. I got them to sleep, right? Because I was like, I can't do it while they're up. So I got them to sleep, and while they took their nap, I did the shit. And they woke up, and they were both just like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So they don't really give a shit. They're not your typical kids that be like scared about change. They know who I am. They accept me for me. I'm raising my kids the right way. What you talking about? So your punishment is shit, is what I'm saying.
I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it to scare your kids.
Yes, you were.
I was doing it to fuck with you. No.
Well, you succeeded. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely fucking with me. And you know it's fucking with me. I'm just making the best of it. And I'm gonna make the best of it. So it's okay.
That's what happens when you negotiate yourself out of this.
Honestly, no, dog. You were talking about cutting it. That's a whole other thing. That's
you negotiated your way out of it.
I'm fine with. I could accept it. I accepted the alternative. I was like, okay, cool. I'm good with that. I didn't say no, not that either. I was like, give me something else.
You did.
This took 2.5, 3 years now. All right. Like I literally cut this joint like a few months before my wedding. So we'll say I cut it in February of 2019. I haven't cut my hair since.
That's right. You did rock a short joint.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not like you, where you just grow your hair in 6 months. You should see your shoulders. I'm not that guy.
True. Not true.
It is true. No, it is true. And I saw your brother cut his hair too, and I know he's about to lap me again.
Yeah, he is. But nah, that's not true. My shit does not get down to my shoulders. My shit, I actually deal with more shrinkage than he does. My shrinkage is you see it in curls, yeah. You see it like mine curls.
Yeah.
But like you know, your braided hair, you have such tight curls. Like people don't understand. Like
precisely.
A lot of black people's texture, you can hold that shit.
You could say it. Like
I'm not gonna say nappy. That's not. No.
Nah, I didn't know that's what you were gonna say. You can't say that. We don't say that.
Yeah, we don't say nappy.
So what I realized is my hair isn't even short. It's just that I keep cutting the sides. But this shit is like, so this is the top of my head and it goes down to my ears. Like if I was to pull it, like if it wasn't locked, it would be like down here. So which means that my hair would be long if I let all of it grow. I just never liked that style. So I'm gonna just keep
if you got a perm, that shit would be to your shoulders, yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna get the soul glow.
Yeah. No, not even the soul glow. Get the fucking Cat Williams. You just have
that's too much. That's way too wild. I can't do that one. That's too
You'd have a Rocket Power haircut.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. But shit. Who are your sponsors today, bro? We're on tangent.
Oh shit. So I got some new shit, right?
Oh snap.
So y'all know I'm Irish. So 99% of my sponsors are Irish whiskey. But I didn't see this shit on the commercial so many times that I figured I'd give it a shot. No pun intended.
I'm fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
I was about to say, how the fuck is that get muted?
I mean, no, that joint is just nasty. Look, like orange, bro. Orange whiskey sounds disgusting.
No, bro, you're tripping, son. You gotta go to one of the fancy restaurants and get like a cocktail. A lot of like fancy steakhouses have this like cocktail where it's some form of bourbon or whiskey.
Yeah, I know.
Bitters and an orange peel. Yeah.
No. So, yeah, that's why you're tripping. That's not just because it's at a fancy restaurant does not make it that's not disgusting.
No, it's torch. Like, it's torch because they add like simple syrups and it's a sweeter. Bro, that shit's torch.
I disagree, but
you tripping.
So to be on par, and because I was rushing a little bit because I didn't have a lot of time because I was doing all this planning while my kids were asleep, I kind of went back to college mode. It got me a 99 green apple.
Man, I ain't seen them joints. I am not.
Nah. Like I literally ran to the store and I was like, I just need something with green, and I saw this. And then when I got into the car, I was like, what the fuck did I just do? So I got this, and then my frat did something, or my chapter did something called Platinum Thursdays, and I had one platinum left, so I got a platinum, and then this seltzer thing. So I'm kind of doing a 3 count in a way, kind of my own little 3 count.
You're missing dark, but
yeah, but I'm saying like I got a seltzer, I got a regular beer, and then I got liquor. So it's kind of a 3 count, but not really. You know, it's like the indie 3 count. Smells good.
This shit smells very orangey.
I don't know. I'm gonna get your opinion on it first because I'm not sold. I have seen that in the stores. And
do you like regular Jameson?
You said what?
Do you like regular Jameson?
Of course.
Okay.
I love regular Jameson.
Do you like orange?
I'm a huge fan of Irish whiskey too. I tried to get you on the what's it called? Sexton. I actually had that the other day.
Do you like orange?
Huh?
Do you like orange?
That doesn't mean I like them together.
I'm just asking. Do you like orange?
Yes, okay. I like orange.
All right.
So I like them. This is what you're saying. I would like it. I'm so sick of.
You will knock until you try it.
I'm moving on. Anyway, so let's start it off with a shot. Mind you, this is 2 shots, so I'm not drinking it all. That doesn't mean I'm bitching out. Cheers.
That's fine. I only have 1 shot too.
Ring up. Oh gosh, Jesus.
That's smooth, actually. I don't know if you like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you should try it.
I'll try it if they have like a smaller bottle of it, but I don't think I'm gonna buy a 5th. And I'm never buying this shit again. This tastes like fucking syrup. How did we do this to ourselves in college?
Bro, that's that horrible shit. Let me tell you something. That's that shit that you walk in and they got a big old barrel of them joints.
Yeah.
You just grab them and go.
That's exactly what I did. Because I was like, I just need something. And I saw something with a green top. And I was like, fuck it. Cool. So, yeah, that's what I got. But let's start it off, bro. You ready to talk about some shit?
Oh, yeah, for sure. All
right, so let's recap a bit. I want to bring up Backlash that happened, of course, Sunday. It was pretty good. I didn't have a problem with it. I actually thought it was one of the better pay-per-views so far.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Even though it felt like a throwaway. No, this shit was definitely a hit.
It was definitely a hit. And I mean, I was vocal before about not wanting Charlotte and Ronda to fight, but that was actually a really good match. I actually enjoyed that match. The I Quit match was a banger, and I was pleasantly surprised at that. The Bobby and Amos fight was there, but I think that was the only no. Madcap and Happy were also garbage.
I wouldn't say they were garbage. It wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Garbage might be rough, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't think there was a match on that card that was trash. I think they were, all pretty decent.
They were.
At the very least. That last ring was a banger.
Bro, the RK Bro and Usos and Roman was great. Yeah, I knew that one was gonna be great.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna be that good. I guess I also had my expectations 6 feet under.
After what I saw, no, I did too. I'm not gonna lie. I was not promoting pirating Backlash before last week. I'll say that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was like, it's probably not worth whatever they're finna charge for you to watch it. But what I found after watching Friday Night SmackDown before Backlash was like, that might be a banger. At least the RK Bro and Drew versus Roman and Usos is gonna be a banger because that was like one of like the hardest like 5-6 minutes I've seen this year.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, like that might actually be cool. But they really weren't pushing it. They weren't really promoting it well. Like everything else got way more promotion than Backlash did. And Backlash ended up being like one of the better ones. So
I feel like that's always their shtick, though. I feel like it's always the events they kind of sweep under the rug, and you get no promotion and no hype. Those end up being the best ones. Yeah,
yeah.
It's almost like having an unplanned event. In life, you go things spontaneously. You go to things spontaneously.
Yeah, and those be the ones that have a banger. Like since we're keeping it on par with shit. Like when you're throwing parties in college, the ones that you plan are always ass. Every single one that you ever like are telling people about for like a month and a half is garbage. But the ones that you just happen to do on a Saturday, you don't agree?
Nah, I mean maybe because I only planned 2 parties in my college life. Well, the first joint was cool. The second joint was popping. I got videos, and our backyard was packed.
So the parties, every party that we threw was more or less spontaneous. Like we knew we were going to do something on Saturdays, Sundays, whatever. But it was never planned. The ones where we were like, okay, we're going to have a theme. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I think 1 out of the 3 that we did were like ragers. The other 2 were like, this is cool, but it's not what I thought. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I had way more fun doing the spontaneous, just it's a Friday or it's a Wednesday and it's not snowing outside. I'm about to pop the grill out and we're about to see what happens. And then 60 people show up in your backyard. Like, those are some good times. That's what this event was to me.
Frostburg to me don't seem like a big party school. Y'all was a big party school?
Yes. Yeah. At least back in my day, in my day,
it was you cool. Sound like an old fuck.
No,
back in my day.
Yeah,
back in my day.
Like, I don't know what they're doing now. But when I was going, Drugs. It was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like we used to, my freshman year, literally every day for like the first semester and a half, I was just walking into people's houses and being like, "Y'all turning up?" And more than likely, they'd be like, "We weren't," but cool. Let's invite some people. And that's literally what we did for like a whole, I'm not even joking, like every day. Like we would sit down, they'd be like, "You did your work?" "Yeah." "Well, what we finna do?" Like, "I don't know, we ain't got shit here." "All right, cool." We would round up some people in our dorm and we would literally just walk into people's houses, and we would just start throwing stuff. That's how we first got our names out. We were just known to do that. We would be shot anywhere else. Anywhere else. We would not still be on this earth. So don't do that. I don't think that that's a thing that you can do now. Shit, not even in 2013, because that's when Trayvon Martin was still gone. But, bruh, yeah, no, we were doing that.
He always does that.
I know, it's so funny, bro. It's hilarious.
What the fuck? But, how was your day today? Bye. You ain't even let me respond to your question.
I loved it, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It used to annoy me, but I think it's funny as shit now. Oh, but speaking of Backlash, this did happen, and we were all talking about it and how it needed to happen. And I'm glad that it finally did. But like, now what? What's the next move?
That's a great ass question, bro. I asked the same thing. I was like, now what?
We've been talking about it, and it's like, how does this elevate her anymore? What does Rhea Ripley do at this point? Does she just become a mega heel in the women's division, and she just has a stable behind her?
She's gonna be next up. I think she's gonna get the belt.
From who?
I think Bianca. I think the only way you can really legitimize her heel persona and Judgment Day is if she gets skyrocketed to the top. Now, I think they should hold off on it until like SummerSlam.
Correct.
But I don't think Bianca Belair's title reign should,
you don't think it should be a long one?
No.
That's what I've been having an internal debate about. Go ahead.
But like, to me, I always think that the long title run should belong to the bad guys. I feel like babyface acts are always best when they're on the chase. Because when they have those long 4, 5, 6 month,
they get boring.
Title runs, they get boring. Yeah. And so it's always best to have them on the chase for it. You know, when they win it, you want to you know, have them let it go in the next like 2 to 3 months, because there's not much you can do. Because what's the point of having a babyface act? You cheer for them and show compassion. And what better way can you cheer for them by showing compassion is if you're rooting them on in their quest for this title belt. So
yeah, well, the thing is, even though Rhea is like super heel, she's still getting cheers and stuff like she's not. You know what I mean?
But you know, wrestling
that's everybody in Judgment Day though. So like, he's asking for people to boo him and nobody's booing him. You know,
nobody's booing him
at this age.
But you know, wrestling fans have kind of trended into this gray area where they'll cheer for heels and boo for faces. I mean,
it's just whatever is entertaining. Because
John Cena.
Go ahead.
John Cena is the biggest face heel in the history of wrestling.
That's a good way to put it. Face heel. Like, because it's like you liked them, but you didn't like them.
Right. And now you love them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I know these motherfuckers are cheering them. Even with the piped in boos.
Yeah,
you can tell these boos are being.
I feel like they were cheering him more, even with that. Like they were like, no, they're gonna hear this shit.
Man, I hate this bitch ass production, son. Because like that shit is so terrible. You could tell, son. You could tell. Because
they be doing it like they'll do huge pops, and you'll be seeing like everybody in the first 6 rows on their phones eating popcorn, like no emotion at all. And it's like no one is doing that, bro. It's so funny. It's so funny to watch.
It's pretty bad. That's how you know.
Last one though, the last SmackDown was real. Like there was actually like, I don't know if it was because it was in Randy's hometown or something, but they were actually going crazy in that.
I heard they were red hot. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was probably the most on fire in a regular event for SmackDown, at least.
I was like, these motherfuckers are really piping in these cheers and boos. It sounds so bad.
I don't blame you. Can't be the biggest promotion and not sound quiet. Like it. Yeah, because if it was quiet, niggas are gonna start watching AEW en masse. Like they have to.
AEW got all them big ass meal pops.
Yeah,
them Jones that go crazy.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, I don't really know what Rhea's next move is going to be in terms of how she's going to get there. And speaking of this, I didn't get a picture because I didn't even think about it until just now. Did you watch SmackDown last night?
Parts of it.
Did you see Raquel and Ronda?
I did.
What you think of that? Because I think that Raquel is going to get skyrocketed in SmackDown off of that.
Yeah. But I told both of y'all this during Royal Rumble when I thought she was going to be a surprise entrant. I was like, she's got the build and she's got the persona to be like one of the greater women in this division.
No, you're right. Ever. And I didn't know. So
Shorty tough.
Yeah, I know that she is a great wrestler. From what I've seen before last night, she's been great. But I was like, there's no way that they're going to let her, like, just come out swinging. You know what I mean? There's too many people in the women's division. And then I saw her whoop Ronda's ass up and down the ring for like 9 minutes straight. And the only way that Ronda kept her belt was from a roll-up. And that was it. That was literally her only move that entire match. Was one move where she kept the pin, where she got the pin and kept the belt. And I feel like with something like that happening, and then Raquel was trending on Twitter for a minute, Like you're priming her for like her like going. Like she's about to be over very quickly. You just gotta
Ain't
like
no
fine
way.
tune your character.
Ain't no way you calling Shawty Big Mommy cool just for her to be a mid Carter.
No, that's facts. That is facts. I will give you that. Hold on. I
She
gotta see if
next
I
up.
got one more. I did not get. Okay, so one more thing I do want to bring up too, in terms of like the women division, and that's Lacey Evans. Have you heard about all this nonsense?
Man, she's going heel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And switched to Raw at that.
Yeah. It's a little confusing.
There's no reasoning. Like nobody has said why.
Her act has always been confusing though. Did you hear though? Okay. Did you hear that I've heard that there's some people in the back somewhere that want Sergeant Slaughter to come back and be her valet?
I did hear that shit. I did hear that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like at this point,
why not?
I know how this is gonna sound, and you might mute me. But if I have to hear her talk about her drug addict family and her suicidal parents, I am going to bash my head into my computer until I'm no longer of this earth, because I'm truly sick and tired of it. Like I can't handle it. Like you can't make me feel bad for you anymore. And then I heard that she's going heel, and it's like, bro, you got to do something else because I don't care anymore. Like you pushed this now for weeks. It's been 4 weeks of you crying on this camera. Shut the fuck up and wrestle. I'm tired. I don't want to hear it anymore. This is not the crowd for that. Like,
bring in Sergeant Slaughter's ass.
Bring in Sergeant Slaughter. Whip her into shape. This is boring, bro. How are you gonna have some great matches, and after every great match you hear her talk about the same fucking thing, bro? Like I don't want to hear it no more.
My family was off heroin.
Yeah.
All this other shit.
It was like I had a great debut, right? I had the best debut ever. It was a dream couldn't come true. And then I get outside and my father is high on drugs. It's like, okay, you're right. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
there's not any more you can do. Like, and then for you to go heel after, it's like, just kidding. I'm just playing.
Like, to me, she's been a lost cause, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Then why bring her back? What's the point?
I don't know. How about you ask Vinnie Mac?
I don't get it. I truly don't get it.
Shawty tripping.
Was like, this was her audition or whatever when she was trying to get in. Her audition was this kind of spiel that she was doing, and they didn't let her do it before, and now they're letting her do it. And it's like, why? You didn't want it then. There's probably a reason. I don't know.
I just think they need to throw it away. In this next round of cuts, I hate to say,
bring her up. Take her ass.
The pandemic is very trying, and people need jobs. But she does not need one in this company.
I don't see her being. I don't even know where she would wrestle after all that shit. She ruined herself, bro.
She's very talented in that ring, though. Can't lie. She can go.
She can go. It's just they fucked up her character.
Yeah. Honestly, if she went to AEW, I promise you, she'd be.
You know where it's gonna go. I know what's gonna happen. I know who she's gonna fight first.
Who?
Nikki ASH.
I thought she was heel.
Nikki?
Yeah.
Not anymore. I don't think she's I don't think she's either right now. I think she's kind of just floating. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can categorize Nikki ASH as heel or face anymore. She's just kind of
Alexa Bliss.
That would be kind of cool. But Alexa Bliss is too hot right now. Like, the whole her thing and like with Sonya Deville, I think Alexa Bliss is now already like she's not going to get no bullshit matches. I feel like Lacey Evans is going to get some squashes real quick to show that she can wrestle. And I do feel like Nikki ASH has been demoted to a point where she's going to get squashed a few times before they give her anything.
That's so crazy because She's literally done everything.
Yeah, I know. But if you've seen it, like they partnered her with
Oh, I know. I've seen it all with the Drive. I've seen it with the 24/7 shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really fucked her up. But the only thing that I can think of is that's just to have Alexa Bliss like get something going, and then maybe after that, like what they're doing to Drew Gulak.
I feel no, like what they're doing with Drew Gulak is gold.
Well, why is it gold? I feel so bad for that man.
Because he just out there getting the ass whooped by women.
Gunther is crushing this man. He like hit him with
Did you see the what happened after? I don't think it was last week when he was like
throwing everything out. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. He was going off, and then to follow that up with he's like, you know what? I'm gonna put Gunther in his place, and immediately he runs into Gunther and gets fucked up. They rip his shirt off him and slap the shit out of him and leave him crying in the corner. You didn't see that?
No, and them Walter chops ain't no joke.
Yeah, he took one mean one. That shit was like, it was like
I've seen niggas chest after Walter shots.
No, them shits is real.
Them Jones
There's no production. That is a real
them joints. I swear, if we could offer that as a punishment, I would give it.
I ain't taking that from you.
You gotta take.
I need some money. If I'm taking,
you gotta. Nah, your punishment is you gotta take a chop.
Take a ball to the chest slap.
Yeah.
Woo.
Them joints hurt too.
Yeah, ain't nobody in the business doing a Walter chest slap.
Boy,
them shits
I pray rough. For any. I pray for any wrestler who gotta fight him.
As long as you ain't got a fucked up heart, because one of them, you going.
Oh yeah, you are out here, I swear that shit'll get you a heart
regular heartbeat. That shit is either gonna fix it or I'm going, bro. It's one or the other.
God, I can't even.
Shit. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I have no But all that to say too, some other weird news because I don't really get it. Because they're still going for this story, right? With the Usos and RK Bro, like we were talking about before. But me and you were talking about it. Apparently, there's not going to be a title unification. So why push the story?
I don't know. I guess they like to waste people's time. I don't know. But honestly, in terms of entertainment value, they've shown week in and week out that they can keep you entertained, even if the end goal is to not unify the titles. Honestly, when I thought about it even a little more after we talked. I was just like, I'm not surprised though, because of the character that they're turning Roman into. You know, on several occasions has he, I wouldn't necessarily say bailed them out of losses, but he will definitely, he will definitely, you know, end the match in a way where they might lose on paper, but it doesn't hurt.
They keep the belt and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
It's like it's not a clean win, so you can't really say anything.
Can't say shit. I mean, yeah, you won by DQ, but who got the belt still?
Exactly. That's exactly where it's at. That's why they do what they do, and it's always like that. The whole
so I was like, you know, I'm not terribly upset with it, but at the same time,
numb to it at this point.
At the same time, I'm just like, maybe it would have been nice for one of them to hold both set of belts, even if it was the bloodline. All you know, at the end of the day,
I feel like that would be setting up too much of a precedent. So I didn't mind that. I just am worried now what they're gonna do because they've already promoted this match. So how do you? Who's gonna interrupt? Because there are several ways to do it. I do not think they're gonna have Roman interrupt. I feel like they're gonna bring in another team, right, to fuck it up. So there are a few, but who would do it? RK Bro just beat the Street Profits. Rick Boogs is out. So Shinsuke and Rick aren't doing shit. And then you still have the storyline apparently of Shinsuke and Roman at some point. Alpha Academy is up out of here at this point. Who's left?
Roman's gonna destroy it.
I don't feel like I feel like they're not gonna. I don't know. Some just tells me he's not gonna be the one to do it this time. There's gonna be something else. And if it's Butch, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Especially since Roman is like taking a step back, basically, in layman's terms, from wrestling. He's not gonna make as many appearances, which is fine. He's done everything ever. There's nothing left for him to do. So he can take a step back and everything still run. And apparently I read he's still gonna make more appearances than Brock did during his title reign. So that's still good. But
yeah, his scheduling limitation comes from house shows. So you'll still see him week in, week out on TV. It's just the people who buy their tickets to go see the house shows won't see him as much.
Yeah. I feel like that's fair, and I feel like that's fine. But yeah, I don't really know where they're going with the story. I don't know how they would make it good because RK Bro and the Usos have been gold so far. Like their fights have been great. All their fights have been awesome. I actually like the whole Riddle and Roman beef too. I think that's awesome. So
Riddle looking good, bro.
Riddle is looking like he's looking like Randy. Riddle is just looking like Randy's little brother. That's what's happening.
RK Bro 420 says we just smoked your asses.
You're not gonna lie. I was like,
yeah. I was like, all right, cuz.
Like,
all right,
hard.
Like, okay.
I was impressed. I was very impressed. And I have a nice little segue because speaking of tag teams, apparently the Mysterios are no longer gonna be a tag team.
You know who else can be included in that next round of cuts? Dominic Mysterio.
I knew you were going to say it, bro. And I don't blame you. I really don't. But I say this is a great opportunity to move his ass into the NXT.
Yeah.
It's a great time. Like if you're going to split up the father-son dynamic, then there's no reason for you to keep him there if you want him to get better. If you don't want him to get better, cut him and let him go to AEW or some shit. Because he's not going to be any better on main roster.
I agree. And let Ray go to Raw and fight for that mid-card title. Him and Austin Theory would be pretty decent.
Yeah, I think that would be great. But I feel like what's his name? Mustafa Ali is still not done with that.
No, he's not.
So I feel like that's still gonna be
it doesn't have to be the immediate plan, but it could be.
No. And then you got Ciampa too.
In a little bit.
You got Ciampa, I feel like is gonna make a run for it.
Maybe. I think Ciampa's gonna be in the Judgment Day soon, and we're gonna see really what that develops into until we really see his individual, what the scope of his career looks like individually. So I don't know. It's kind of hard. Ciampa's in this he's kind of playing in this area where you are kind of they're giving him to us every week. But I guess the point I'm trying to nail home is like he doesn't really have anywhere to go yet until he gets into Judgment Day. Because I do think he's going to be the fourth guy.
I mean, his whole character screams that he's going to be in Judgment Day.
Yeah,
I do not like how they're making every new male person that has come into NXT lately is silent. They don't speak. They just beat ass randomly, and that's it. You got Butch. I mean, not everybody, but Butch and Ciampa, two of the biggest people in NXT to come out, are both silent. They do not speak. They just like cut in when they can, and they have pretty good matches.
He can talk.
Yes,
which is the
crazy
part.
Yeah, so I really don't like. There's no other reason. There's no other explanation than he's going to the Judgment Day, and then he will speak. You know what I mean? Because they don't really. There's no time for him to have a mic. He literally just like bum rushes Ali, and that's it every time.
That's gonna be a fire match, though. Let me tell you something.
It already happened, didn't it?
Mm-mm.
No, not truly.
I think they're holding off on Ciampa's in-ring debut, and I honestly am just hoping that his debut isn't no type of squash. Like I really think that people need to.
First up, no.
Create.
I guess his in-ring debut hasn't happened yet, but he has already fought in Raw. You know what I mean? Several times with like Braun Breaker and all that, with that whole feud with Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They just kind of abandoned his NXT character after that, and now he's a new guy.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. So but they always do that shit.
Yeah, I know. So I'm not mad at it, but my whole thing is I feel like he's gonna join Judgment Day, and then you're gonna see him go for the mid-card stuff, and then maybe depending on how that stuff goes, he'll probably like rework his character, and then later you'll see him go for the bigger stuff because he would be great. Like he's super good. He does deserve it, in my opinion.
Well,
I'll put in the mid.
I'll say that his first match under this new gimmick needs to be a banger, because he can go, and the people who have been watching for a while and have seen his work in NXT, like this brother has classics. He has classics in NXT.
Exactly. It's fucked up what they did in his last match at NXT.
It's fucked up what they did to a lot of them, but I digress.
That's facts. But I also gotta say, speaking of Judgment Day, there's two things I don't like so far. Well, three things. One, I hate that Edge cut his hair. He looks like if you took somebody homeless off the street and tried to clean him up, and he's still not quite there. Like, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with the fact that him and Rhea Ripley have the same cut. The shit is weird. I don't fuck with it. Okay, unless Damian Priest
into that detail. That's a good point.
Yeah, and unless Damian Priest is gonna get it, then that shit is fucking weird. And how's Ciampa gonna get it? You gonna glue a hairpiece on him? It's weird. I don't fuck with it.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm being dead ass though. Like this is a weird precedence that they're setting with this. Second,
you know what? That's a good point about them having the same haircut.
Yeah. Second, I really hate the fact that they changed Rhea Ripley's theme.
Wait, what?
You didn't know? Yes. She has a different theme song now. And it is hot ass. It is garbage. And I'm so pissed about it. Like, you can look it up and listen to it. It is not good. They need to go back to the old one. It's like, it's so similar to Edge's new theme. Well, you're looking it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. It's really low. It's literally like Edge's new theme.
Landing flush on the side of Liv Morgan's face.
Can't even hear it.
I guess we'll drop it later. Yeah.
You'll hear it Monday. Just trust me. It's not good. Yeah. She had, in my opinion, top three walkouts. Probably number one walkout is for a woman theme. Like that joint was crazy. I loved listening to her theme. Her whole walkout was bomb.
Her theme music was tough.
That shit was hard. So I'm blown about that. And then I feel like Damian Priest has taken such a step back with this.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think
he's like the lackey.
I definitely think he's plateaued.
Yeah.
I don't think the point was ever to make him this monster. I think they just highlighting the better parts of his personality more so than is to make him this true monster of the group.
It's not even that though. It's like him on the mic is mid. I mean, I get he's always
him on the mic is very mid.
Yeah, but it's like worse. Like it's like I don't even want to hear you talk. I barely want to see you wrestle. Like, cause even the wrestling is starting to plateau. Like all of it is like it's not good. Like I thought that this move would be better for him, and it's not doing that well.
I don't know if I agree on the wrestling part.
Yeah. I mean, you can make your point, and like that's fine. I just really don't see. I don't see it, man. I don't see how this. I thought that this would be a better move for him than it is. And that's all I'm saying.
I think it's also too early to tell because
that's true.
I don't think they are in full formation yet.
Clearly they're making another faction too.
Yeah,
with AJ, Finn, Liv is now in it. Like, even if it's like a temporary faction,
I wouldn't necessarily say that's a faction. Yeah, I don't think that's a faction more so. I just think they're setting up for a 6-man, mix, intergender, whatever you want to call it. I think that's going to be short-lived. And honestly, even though I don't want it to happen, because I think Ciampa would benefit for it a little more, I still would not be surprised to see Finn turn on AJ at some point. It just looks like that shit's gonna happen.
I would like that way more. Like, I would love that, and I would love to see Demon.
He's not bringing Demon out. No,
I know. He's probably never going to happen again. But what better way to do it than if he did go to Judgment Day? It's either that or he's going to get the same haircut. It's one or the other.
Does Finn have the same haircut? No,
I said he's going to. He's going to. They're going to make him get it. That's part of the dress code. That's going to be part of it. You got to either get a leather vest jacket like Rhea, or you got
Damian Priest is going to do it soon. Damian Priest is going to do it soon.
He's gonna have to, or they're going to kick him out. It's one or the other. I'm trying to tell you.
Crazy. Ed should have just went bald.
That would have been wild, but damn it, it would have been great. If you went bald, I'd have lost my shit, but I would have respected it.
He probably would be tough bald.
That shit would be gold.
He was probably
like
when Triple H went bald,
like go bald, and he was like, I won't. Like, I will not do that shit.
Honestly, I guarantee you that cutting his hair was Edge's decision.
Probably. I guarantee. Saying go bald.
Going bald would have been his decision too.
I don't know, bro.
I don't think he would have ever done it. But I think if he were to go bald, it would have been because of Edge's decision to go bald.
Probably.
Because like he would have been a tough bald. When Triple H cut his hair, I was like, this is weird, but I'm fucking with it. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I was like, it was time. Like, when he did it, I was like, it's time. Like, it was probably about that time.
But to me, right, it's not like he was balding.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, Shawn Michaels needed to cut his fucking hair. That brother had Dr. Phil in his bitch. Man, who else went bald? Oh, Kane. Kane was balding though. Young.
Kane was bald when we were kids.
Yeah,
that shit was a wig from the moment
that brother's lineup was here.
Yeah, that nigga was always bald. You had him, Undertaker.
Undertaker's not balding. You could tell that his hairline is receding, but he's not balding.
No, that nigga is balding. You didn't see him in the Hall of Fame? That shit was slicked back with so much gel to cover every bald spot in the middle of this.
Nah, he's not balding. He's
balding. He's balding, and that's fine. That nigga is balding. He's not balding.
He's not
balding. He is.
He's not balding. I promise you, he's not balding.
Wash his hair out. Remove all that gel.
We'll see it. He's not balding.
Close that nigga and get tombstone.
He's not balding.
Yes,
because even when he cut his hair into that mohawk about 6-7 years ago, there was no bald spot in his head.
I'm saying though, from what I saw,
as it kept growing out, as it keeps growing out, it wasn't balding. He's not balding.
All right.
I think his hairline is receding.
I disagree, and I will get to this point too. Is it true Ric Flair is really returning to the ring? That's the rumor.
God. I saw that.
I can see it. I seen it and I heard it.
I would like to never see Ric Flair in a wrestling ring ever again.
Bro, he almost died like 4 years ago.
And he in his 70s? He's like a fossil.
He's 73.
He's like a fossil now. And he looks like one too.
He claims that he's in the best shape of his life. He said he's in better shape than he was 20 years ago.
He looks like a half deflated balloon. Like, why the fuck?
He really does. He really does. And like, I'm not saying that this is like a comparison, but this nigga said that he can't even have but one drink a day. Like, your body is giving out on you, and this nigga's still trying to like be the dude. Like, no, your body
one
is
drink
done.
a day. One drink a day for the average person is cool. One drink a day for Ric Flair, it's almost like being diagnosed with diabetes for him.
I'm saying, you know what kind of sick punishment that is? But like, this nigga really lived. If you don't just go out in your pasture and just relax, bro, like, part of me is excited for it because I was like, I kind of want to see it, but at the same time, nigga, I have seen old ass fighters in their 60s and 70s fight, and it is horrible to watch. It is so bad.
I want to see him get back into a ring as much as I would like to see Roman go to AEW. I never wanted that.
Okay. I wouldn't mind it later. I didn't say it now or anytime soon, but happen. Like way later, I would not mind it.
Never gonna happen.
It probably will never happen, but I'm not gonna say that it's that bad of an idea because it's not.
It's a terrible idea.
Imagine him meeting back up with Jon Moxley. It's kind of dope.
Terrible idea.
It's kind of dope because Jon Moxley will wax him for one.
That's not his speed.
It probably isn't, but I'm not one to say that it definitely isn't.
I
don't know what he's into. I knew Jon Moxley belonged to AEW from the first moment I saw him, though. Like, that nigga is crazy. He belongs in the Indies and needs to stay in the Indies.
Yeah,
but
he's not a WWE act.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I'll say this. Like I said last week, it just don't make no sense.
It really don't, and I'm glad
You're broke, and he don't fucking fit in your product, so you're just wasting money.
So I know you gotta agree with me though that MJF belongs in WWE because this nigga is teasing it over and over.
I said that.
Yeah,
his character belongs in AEW. I mean WWE.
Yeah, like
now its full potential would have been seen in AEW because there's not a lot of censorship.
You can get that though still. Like, bro.
No, you can't.
He's not no. Like I'm saying, he can still get the max of his character by 2024. He's not even getting released till 2024.
I don't think we'll ever see MJF to his full potential.
I feel like this nigga is at his full potential at
He's not just
surprising us at every turn.
He's not going to go into a okay, let's just paint the scene, right? He's not going into WWE and cutting a promo with Cody Rhodes talking about, let me talk to your father. Dusty, let me stop playing. Dusty, I know you're down there. He's not doing that.
Why can't he do that in the WWE?
Bro, I swear to beans, they're not doing that in the PG
multiple
era.
Things wrong with it, but in a censorship way, that was on the line, and that was fine. That you could air that. You could air that.
Honestly, I just feel like if both parties are okay with delivering it, it's fine because Randy did the same shit after Eddie's death, and even though he said he was cool with, it was. Even though he said he was cool with cutting it, when he said it, he said he felt terrible, but he had to be reassured by Vicky and Chavo, like, nah, bro, you're straight. Like Eddie probably would have wanted that shit.
Honestly,
but this is a different era. This is just a different product, especially with WWE.
In my heart of hearts, though, bro, in my heart of hearts, I feel like MJF is MJF. Like, if you were to see that nigga,
he's gonna push some buttons. He's gonna push some buttons.
I feel like
wherever he goes.
I feel like that's his personality. I feel like somebody would have to check him, and he'd be like, "Why?" Yeah, like I don't feel like you would have to reassure him of anything. That's that nigga's character. His actual character, not no gimmick, none of that shit. That is who he is. He would have a terrible time trying to go face. This nigga belongs at heel for the whole entirety of his career.
Yeah. He's not gonna reach his maximum though potential at WWE. Now, he's the type of guy that I do see going to WWE. I really do think he could be the next like Hollywood guy that they keep pushing
He's
out.
gonna partner with The Miz, I'm telling you.
He's a great he'd be a great antagonist in whatever movie it might be. But you're not gonna see him flipping.
He's gonna go with The Miz, and The Miz is gonna pass the buck to him fully. And he's literally gonna become The Miz 2.0, but like more wild. Like I feel like he's just gonna be a Miz. And The Miz used to do stuff like that. He was cutting promos. He had a whole show.
Yeah, but he wasn't that provocative.
The Miz will. I mean, MJF will be.
He'll be provocative, and like I said, he'll be provocative. He'll push some buttons, but he's not going to go to the extremes like he's doing in AEW. They just will not allow it.
I was about to say,
unless they train,
he will.
If they let him, he will. But they're not gonna make him special, and then not, have the product follow suit. If you're gonna have him do this shit, you have to have almost everybody else in the product do it too. Because he's going to be on a mountain of his own. And the problem you're going to create is people are only going to want to see MJF and nobody else.
I know I shouldn't be laughing at this, but I just realized that Keith asked this question, right?
Man,
where's Tully Blanchard been?
I
think he's probably sick. You said where?
In his bed.
Yeah, exactly. I just looked up how old he is. Nigga, he was born in 1954. You want this nigga to be at every event?
I mean, Four Horsemen. Four Horsemen.
What are you talking about?
Tully Blanchard was in the Four Horsemen.
Yeah,
that's why he asked.
I'm saying no. He said, "Where's he been lately?" I'm saying like,
oh yeah, cause wasn't he a manager for somebody in AEW?
FTR. That man is tired. Let my man rest.
He's sleepy.
He's doing what Ric Flair should continue to do. Ric Flair just bored. And I'm not about to get muted. I was about to say some wild shit. I'm not going to say that.
Say it.
No.
Is it about death?
Yes. That's what I'm not going to say. That was going to be way wild. Like, I caught myself as I was about to say it, and I was like, that.
You already said some wild shit last week.
Yeah, that would be the end of the channel. Like, we would get banned. Like, not ready to get banned. So, I'm going to chill. Y'all knew what I was about to say. That's all I'm going to say. That man has a wish of how he wants to go out. And that's all I'm going to say. It's just going to be just like that movie. Y'all know exactly the movie I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about?
Rocky?
No. The wrestler movie where the nigga had a heart condition and had a heart attack. Like
the one with Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
I didn't see that movie.
That shit was sad as fuck. Nigga just couldn't stop. That's gonna be Rick. He has a way that he want to go out. He want to go out in the ring.
Okay, that's enough.
I'm not saying I've danced around it enough. I danced around it, and that's it. I just don't think that the WWE should be the platform to let him do that. And I highly doubt that they're gonna be the ones to bring him back. I 100% think it's gonna be an indie. Go to GCW. Get the match you want, Rick.
He'll never go back to WWE.
No, he's not. I know he's not.
Especially after that shit coming out with the Dark Side of the Ring shit.
What shit? Enlighten me.
So, I think it was Dark Side of the Ring that they specialed him on, where, like, they highlighted his career and they told all the truths of who Ric Flair actually was. And, like, he was harassing folks and
is that surprising?
Sexual misconduct? No.
Did y'all not see this nigga's character for like 40 years? You thought that nigga was just like cut the cameras and was like, okay, guys, y'all have a good day.
Oh, they say he was whatever the hell this means. They say he was Nachin.
He was what?
Nachin, like the Nature Boy, but he's Nachin, like he's They only use that term for Ric Flair. And so they just when he's Nachin, he's doing his shit. That shit that he's synonymous for doing.
Nachin.
Yeah, Natchin. Nachin.
He came up with that shit.
No, he did not. He said it in his Hall of Fame speech. Who came up with that shit?
Of course, naturally. That's natural. First, he came up with that shit. I don't care what nobody says. That's not a word in the English language. That's not even on the goddamn.
Who did he say came up with that shit?
That's not even in the Urban Dictionary.
I think it might
have been there you go. To get yourself high by. Should I say this on? Oh
no. Go ahead and say it.
All right. Nation. Natching, right? That's what you said. This is what you said. This is what Ric Flair does.
Yep.
This is what has made his longevity in the ring so great. To get yourself high by squatting low, breathing in and out deeply and quickly for about 30 seconds, and then standing up as fast as you can and blowing it onto your thumbs without letting any air out for about 15 seconds. Most of the time it knocks you out and you wake up feeling like you're in Inception. Sometimes it just gets you really, really high for a minute or two. Don't try that. Do not try that. Don't do it. I'm not talking to you. Anybody who is not an adult. I've heard that shit before, but do not do that.
That's not what nature. That's not what his meaning. Yeah, that's nature. You gotta
noisily with your open mouth.
You gotta watch his Hall of Fame speech. He'll or look it up on YouTube.
Either way, this nigga was high for 80% of his career.
I know he wasn't doing drugs. He was drunk as fuck though.
You don't think he was doing drugs at all?
I just think he's a raging alcoholic.
He's 100% a raging alcoholic, but I 100% think that he was on that shit. He was on that shit.
He might have tried some things, but I don't think he was
trying. He tried things multiple times. Then he was a chronic sampler at the Costco of the drug market.
Oh yeah, what y'all got this week? Yeah, we got a little crack from Colombiana.
Oh, I already saw that before. Let me go ahead and get that. Yeah, maybe I'll buy it this time. Maybe I'll get it this time.
Yeah, give me a little bump on the finger.
Just a little bit. Okay.
No.
No. I don't think so at all. You gotta let me finish. Anyone think the Miz will have another WWE title shot?
I had seen that comment sitting on the side for about 2 minutes now.
Yeah. No.
And my mind instantly said no.
Well, I don't think that there's any reason. There's too much new talent. The Miz has plateaued, and that's not crazy to say. We know his character fully. What needs to happen and what has been happening is he has been trying to find a successor. Theory is not that guy. Do I think that they can hold the Miz over for another year and a half to 2024 to get MJF up over here or up over to WWE? Yes. And the moment they do that, you'll see the Miz cut back immensely because he will no longer be needed. That's my hot take.
I don't think they'll ever cut back on the Miz.
You won't need him.
I think the Miz will cut back on them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like the Miz does not bro, he's been doing this for at least 15 years. Yeah. This nigga gotta be tired. Maurice gets a break. When does the Miz get a break? The Miz can't.
He might not be tired. That
nigga tired, bro. I don't care.
Case in point, Ric Flair wrestled for 40 years.
That nigga is mentally ill. If that nigga wasn't on drugs, then that nigga is an anomaly.
He didn't get tired.
A human would be tired of doing that shit.
He didn't get tired until about 45. 45. He didn't get tired until about year 35 of his wrestling.
Yeah. I just don't.
Randy been doing it longer than the Miz, and he not tired. I don't think the Miz is tired.
The difference between Randy and the Miz is that Randy has continuously evolved. The Miz has been the Miz from jump.
But the Miz is still good.
I didn't say that the Miz isn't good.
The Miz is plateaued at a good level. That's where you would want to plateau.
Think about it, because we always talk about people plateauing. It's not just boring for us seeing somebody plateau. I'm sure that it's boring for the same person to stay in the same character and do the same shit. And the thing that makes Randy so interesting and fun is, yes, it's still Randy. He doesn't branch off wildly. But it's just enough to where it's something different. He's saying different lines than he did. He can go off and get different reactions than he did 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And it's still all circulate into his character, and it's still fun. It's still refreshing. If Randy kept doing the same shit, if he was still the legend killer, he would have been gone. Because who's left? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I really do think that. If he was still that guy, he would have okay, let me rephrase. He wouldn't have been gone, but huh?
He still is the legend killer.
He is still, but that's my point. Yes, he's still the legend killer, but he's also 5 other things. You know what I'm saying? The Miz is still
Predator,
the Miz.
The Viper. The Miz is awesome. That's what he says.
That's not mutable. That is not mutable, and I feel like you're trying.
It's not mutable because that's what he says he is. He says he's awesome. The Miz is awesome.
I like the Miz, but I just feel like once MJF crosses over to WWE, which is gonna happen, there is no way that Tony Khan will ever find the amount of money that WWE is going to pay him. If MJF stays like he is right now, he will not be affordable to Tony Khan.
There's no I honestly don't think money aside, I don't think MJF can find his full potential in AEW.
Where would you put him then?
I don't know if you'll ever find his full potential. That's my thing.
I mean, yeah, I feel like his full potential is in a lost era. I can agree with you there.
Yeah, his full potential would have been in like 2000, where he could say, I was about to say,
mid, late 90s, way early 2000s. That is his era. WCW, good.
Oh,
WCW even great.
Yeah, he would have been gold in WCW. But I just don't think there's a product out there that would allow him to be the provocative character that he is, and at the same time push him into like main event title status. I just don't see it.
No, I agree.
So you're gonna have to get one MJF or the other. Now, the world champion MJF, which is probably
that's gonna be pushed, and it's gonna be
pushed. The thing that he needs the most to be a superstar would be a WWE. Now, they'll let him do some of this stuff, like I said, but there's just some things due to who their audience is and who they're trying to cater their product to. A lot of it will be scaled back. So he will not be the MJF we know in AEW, but we'll see.
We're talking about it too, though. I do see MJF fucking it up. I do see him fucking it up. Yes, I feel like he would potentially fuck it up because the things that he is allowed, like we've been saying, the things that he's been allowed to do at AEW, that shit is not flying at WWE. Meaning,
no, but I think he knows that.
I hope he does, because talking to the press, talking to Ariel Helwani whenever you want to, and voicing any grievance without anyone knowing in the WWE higher up circle or whatever, you are not going to make it, and you just fucked up your bag.
Let me tell you something. I think that it's the transition from WWE to AEW is definitely easy, because when you go from a filtered product to an unfiltered product, it's almost like.
But that's the thing. MJF would have to get filtered.
Yeah,
and I feel like he would be so used to being unfiltered or semi-unfiltered for 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know though, because when you're so in tune to your character, and then 2, when you are very aware of what the business looks like.
That's true.
Because clearly MJF has been watching this product since before he even.
Yeah, he's just super young, and that's the thing. When people are super young, you fuck up a lot easier than that.
Yeah, but I don't think he would do that because, again, I say, like, he's been watching the product since before he knew he wanted to be a wrestler. I mean, he's verbalized it numerous times on AEW programming that he's watched WWE forever.
Yeah.
So he knows. I think he understands where the product is right now, and I don't think that he is dumb. I think he would be able to adjust and tone his character back to WWE MJF.
I feel
But
like
we won't. Honestly, we won't know until he gets there.
Yeah. Last thing I want to talk about real quick is I heard some really fantastic news, and I hope that it's true. It's not even like news. It's like more so, it's Kurt Angle related, right? And Kurt Angle said on his podcast that he would love to be a manager for a new stable, right? And that stable would include Chad Gable, Otis, and Gable Steveson.
Yes! Yes!
That shit would be so fucking fire, bro.
Yes.
That shit would be so fucking fire.
Yes.
And I really hope that they give him that shit, because that would put, first off, Alpha Academy would be on the fucking map, and they are fucking fantastic.
Second off, Chad Gable will get the opportunities that I think he deserves.
He deserves. Nigga, I didn't see Chad Gable before now. I didn't know that this nigga rocked a glorious mullet in WWE. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I had no fucking clue.
Bro, he's a machine.
He is. He is.
He's a machine.
I'm a huge fan of Alpha Academy.
I don't get how Chad Gable is not like at the top of their cards. I guess because I don't know, but they do this shit though where they act like they want a new act, but then they always want to follow somebody else. They always go back. Yeah, so they always, it just feels like there's a lot of confusion in terms of what they want to do with characters.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, why not? Like, Chad Gable is the perfect character to just go back to something that worked.
Chad Gable is a motherfucking dog too.
We know
him and Otis are so great together too. And I know that Chad and Gable Stevenson are beefing right now, kinda. We still haven't seen the match. We still haven't seen Gable. But if that subsides, where else does he belong than with Alpha Academy?
I mean, that's where he belongs. I mean, that would be a perfect stable.
To make it go skyrocket over, bring back Kurt Angle as a fucking manager, bro.
Well, to me, even if it was just the three of them, like the fight of Chad Gable in the front with these two behemoths, Gable Stevenson and Otis, who are also very well-known wrestlers.
And Gable is extremely athletic. Like, Gable's wild athletic. So he's huge. But then they can do just about as much agility as Chad can. And he's young.
Man.
I can see
Fuck that stable. Chad Gable needs to be.
You want him solo?
Yeah.
I would love it, but
fantastic.
He would get done so dirty. He's too little.
Yeah, he would.
Too little.
He would. But I think
go ahead.
Man, that shit hurts. That shit hurted.
We have a question, bro, and I do like this: the Hook and Danhausen storyline.
Didn't he ask about this a couple weeks ago?
I don't know, but
I feel like he asked about this already.
Maybe he did, but the storyline has developed, and now they're an actual team. I fuck with it.
Are they an actual team now?
Yeah. Hook shake his hand and everything. They're good. They're a team. They're actually scheduled to fight at Double or Nothing. They're gonna face Tony Nese and Smart Mark.
Oh, I need to watch this shit.
Yeah, see? That shit's cool. I'm 100% down for that. I will not be watching Capital Collision. And you're watching it now.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, you go ahead and watch. I will not be watching Capital Collision. And I don't know. I feel like I would watch it live. And damn, Capital Collision's in DC. I wish I would have told Noah and Jamil about it. because that would have been great for them to go at because it is in DC. But I enjoy whenever I see NJPW, like NJPW strong in the States. It's a lot more fun to watch live than on TV, in my opinion. Just from what I've seen.
Japan.
Yeah.
I would
Capital
love to go to a New Japan event.
Yeah.
I honestly want to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan to go see a New Japan event.
But you can't clap. Isn't it illegal? Like you can't go off. You literally
you can't cheer. You can clap. You just can't cheer.
Yeah. Some crazy shit. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. We should make a Japanese trip. But before we end off the wrestling segment, is there anything left that you want to get off your chest, my dude?
Hook is a superstar.
Yes, of course he is. What? That's not even a question. And Taz is trying to come back, which would be cool. Because he's doing stem cell and shit.
Taz?
Yeah.
Fuck Taz.
Apparently he's trying to come back. That's his son, right? Or is that a work?
Yeah.
Hook
is his actual son.
Yeah. That should be dope.
What, they try and play Rey Mysterio and Dominic but do it better?
That shit would work better.
They need to get off of WWE's dick. That's what they need.
That shit would work better though.
Hookhausen is where it's at.
Danhausen is where it's at, bro. Danhausen is a great character.
Hookhausen.
I want to see him actually wrestle. I want to see what he can do with Hook. I think that would be cool.
You never seen Danhausen wrestle?
No.
He's pretty decent.
It could be fun. All right. Well, while he watches that, guys, I'm going to now segue in to the UFC because we have a lot of stuff to talk about in the MMA world. So while he's talking about it, I know he's listening as well. We had pretty good stuff.
And really bad shit. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. But that Rose Namajunas and Carla Esparza fight was it was disastrous. Shit was like one of them hurricanes y'all get in Florida. That shit was trash.
You know what? It's so funny that you did that because I was literally just about to say that for one. And I was like, I really want to talk about the Rose and Esparza fight first.
Oh yeah, let's get the treacherous shit out the way.
Because
what the fuck was that?
My God, that shit was so painful to watch. It was so fucking bad. And I listened to the interviews. I heard what Rose was saying, and I understood it. But I was like, "Girl, fuck you," because what the fuck was that, bro? Because in the interview, she was like, she wanted to do a defensive fight. But you're not a defensive fighter.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting there listening to the corner speak to the both of them, and I'm sitting there like, there's no fucking way that you came into this fight with this being the game plan. With y'all not throwing not one punch until the third fucking round. You sound stupid as shit. It's a fight.
Oh my God.
Pat Barry went in there talking about some, you hear them booing? This is what we expected. Shut the fuck up, son. Shut up.
This is what we expect. I completely forgot that he said that stupid shit. I tuned it out. I'm not even gonna hold you. I completely forgot.
I swear to beans.
I
have never been so mad at a fight at a coach in my life. He said, this is the, you hear them booing? You hear them booing? This is exactly what we expected. This is the fight that we expected. Bullshit.
Oh my God. It was such a garbage fight. And do I think that Rose deserved to lose? No. But am I mad about it?
You thought Rose won?
No. Huh?
You thought Rose won or you thought it was a draw?
I thought that at most Rose would keep the belt. Like I was like, at the end of the day, this was such a bullshit fight that Rose could keep it, and I wouldn't have been mad. But I was surprised to see a title change. I was 100% surprised because it was a bullshit fight. It was.
So I'll tell you how I scored the fight. I scored the fight. I'm trying to do my math real quick. I think it was 46-44 Esparza. The first round, I had it going 10-10. Because how do you score that?
Exactly. Bro, transparent moment, I stopped watching after third round. I just was like, I'm gonna go.
I stopped watching after the third round too, and then
I was like, I just
last...
need to like my kid, my son was up, and I was like, this is the epitome of some bullshit. So I'm not watching it anymore. I have my headphones in. If there's a knockout or something crazy, cool. I'll go back and watch it. But I'm not watching. I'm not dedicating this time with my son screaming in my ear. No, clearly there's other interesting stuff happening in my life than this fucking fight. This shit was ass all around.
Yeah, so I kept my headphones in as well. I caught the last minute and a half of the fifth round just to see if some crazy shit would happen. Because I wanted to be able to say, like, I watched the worst fight of all time have a great finish. That is easily the worst title fight of ever.
I can agree.
And it's you want to know where I laughed when Rose hit that takedown with 10 seconds left, and she got up and raised her hands like Rocky Balboa.
Yeah,
like she did some shit, and then she won the fight. And you could see her corner behind the camera or behind the fighters, and they also were jumping for joy. And I'm like, nigga, I don't know if you're happy about that, because I don't even know if y'all won. Like, I
really think that it was like I feel like what Rose was trying to do was what Izzy does. I feel like that's where she was.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where her head was at. And I feel like that's what her coaches were trying to execute. And in their head, they executed it. But in everybody else's head, and everybody else saw, it was so far off the mark. I could see the vision. It's like watching somebody say, I want to be the next Picasso. And they paint just fucking scribbles everywhere. And it's like, that shit is not fucking Picasso. Nigga, that's scribbles. Yeah, and they're like, what you mean? That's what Picasso did. And it's like, no, the fuck he didn't. That shit was art. Yeah, like, that's where it was at. It was like, what we witnessed was bullshit. What Izzy does is cool. It passes. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll sum it up for you.
Go ahead.
The worst thing you can do for a fighter is to make a counterpuncher an aggressor and vice versa. You cannot make an aggressor. You cannot give an aggressor a primarily counterpunching.
I mean, think about the Izzy and Romero fight.
Romero's an aggressor.
Punches in the ring.
Yeah, that's true. And it was a bad fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I will answer this real quick. I don't know. I do not know.
Is there technically a contender? Because can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is there really a contender though? Because like
that Russian dude is on fire. Hold on.
Who's the Russian guy?
It's this dude. He's a little older. It's like Ola something. I can't fucking remember. Give me a second. Give me like 2 seconds. I know Stipe is coming back. Apparently, you have John Jones.
Alexander.
Yes. Him.
Yeah.
He's going crazy right now. I feel like John Jones is going to be the new hotness, depending on how he does in his debut.
He looks fat.
That nigga's not meant to be a heavyweight.
He looks fat.
Did we? I did not. That's what I expected. I figured
he is built like a dad who used to play basketball but now has kids and he has a beer belly.
And no, Alexei Olenek. No,
Olenek.
Not him. No. I'm very wrong.
Sergey Spivak.
No. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's this older gentleman. This older looking Russian gentleman. I don't remember his goddamn name, but that nigga's been on a tear in his past like 4 fights. And it might be Sergey.
I know, I think it's Sergey Spivak has been winning a lot.
So before the last fight, I would say Arlovsky has been.
You're not talking about Alexei Olenek, are you?
No, I'm not talking about.
So it's got to be.
It's probably Sergey
Spivak.
Yeah,
because Sergey is the one who
Sergey.
just knocked. He just put Greg Hardy on his ass.
Yeah, I think I'm talking about Sergey. So him, I would have said Andrei Arlovsky before, but that last fight, he should not have won. And I'm a big fan of Andrei. Andrei's on the tear right
Andrei
now.
Arlovsky is never going to be back in fucking UFC heavyweight.
You can say what you want. He's on a win streak right now. He's on like his fifth or sixth win.
He is, but they're not fucking putting him. They're not going to put him anywhere remotely close to the top 5. He will get murdered.
You're probably right. You're probably right because I'm looking at this top 5 list and it's not good. That's
top
not
5. Cyril Game, Stipe, Ty.
And the problem is Arlovsky has always had a glass chin. So
yeah,
I don't know. And okay, so you thought that John Jones was retired. I know, my friend. No. He probably should be, but there's been so many rumors of this man coming back in light heavyweight that he has now given up on light heavyweight, and he has now stuck to rumors of him coming up in heavyweight. Now to the point where this nigga is fat as shit. But he's working out. He's working out crazy.
Honestly,
crazy. So he can make a heavyweight splash. And apparently Dana White is with the shits to the point where apparently his next fight will be Stipe. I think that is extremely disrespectful to Stipe. Stipe lost one fucking fight. He should not fight John Jones in his debut.
I think he should.
In his debut, because if he loses, Stipe is finished. Like, there's no reason. I do not feel like Stipe should be the one to fight him. I think that John Jones should start out with somebody smaller.
Like?
It's a good question. I don't have an answer for it. But I do not think... Give him Rosenstruck. Cool. I'd be cool with that. Rosenstruck is what, 5?
8.
I feel like that's fair. You can never fight heavyweight. That's fair.
No.
Give him the 5. Give him the 5 or the 4. I know Stipe's at like 3.
If anybody, because John Jones is still technically what, number 7 pound for pound?
Yeah, something like that.
He needs to fight at the lowest Curtis Blades.
That
Curtis Blades,
he would beat the shit out of Curtis Blades though.
Curtis Blades is 4 in the heavyweight division right now.
I'm fine with that.
Honestly,
I feel like that's a better fight than him and Derek Lewis.
I don't want to see him and Derek Lewis. He would murder Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
If Derek Lewis were to win, he would have to put him out with one punch within 2 minutes.
Correct.
And if that doesn't happen, John Jones is either going to finish his ass after that 2 minutes, or he's just going to slowly, methodically pick him apart until the final buzzer.
The best fight,
and I don't think Derek Lewis
for him at heavyweight though, is him and Cyril. That's the best fight. Cyril would test him. Like, that's the ultimate test to see how he will be at heavyweight. I just don't want them to be. I don't want that to be his first fight. If he dominates in his first fight, then give him Cyril. I'm fine with that because Cyril is a motherfucking dog. Like, he's somebody who you could see not being a heavyweight. You know, like, he doesn't fight like a heavyweight. John Jones.
No, he does not.
I feel like that would be somebody that would give John Jones the most work in the heavyweight division.
Cyril is his biggest threat. Cyril is his biggest threat because, to me, Cyril is the strongest heavyweight in the division. He punches hard. Francis is no doubt the hardest puncher in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
But Francis is not a technical guy. Neither.
Yeah, Cyril is an all around.
Yeah,
problem.
Cyril is the strongest all around fighter in the UFC. And
Cyril is the Tyson Fury of the UFC. Francis is the Deontay. Unfortunately for Cyril, Deontay got some goddamn ground game from Francis. If that didn't happen, Cyril had that fight in the bag.
But the thing with and so John Jones has the best overall game in the UFC, at least documented.
There you go.
I can't really measure him up with like Kamaru. To me, I think he has a better overall, all around game than Kamaru does, because Kamaru doesn't have the ground game John Jones does. John Jones has proven time and time again that he can finish niggas off by tapping them out.
I disagree with Keith here. It does not matter if he trims down a few pounds or not. If he dominates in the heavyweight division, he will be known as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, ever. Ever. Because he will be the first fighter, pretty sure, he will be the first fighter to dominate in one division, move up to heavyweight. Damned it that it's like heavyweight. Fuck that. He'll be the first one to then go to heavyweight and dominate in that as well.
No, he wouldn't be the first.
He
would do it better. He would do it better.
DC did it. Randy Couture did do it. Randy Couture and DC did it. But John Jones will make them. John Jones would erase him.
He would do it better. Yeah.
Yeah. John Jones would do it better. 100%. You are 100% right about that. But yeah, it doesn't matter if John Jones, what his weight cutting thing is. It doesn't. What John Jones needs to do is stop sniffing. That's what he needs to fucking stop doing. He needs to stop and relax and just focus on training if he really wants to get back.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Stop hitting white women.
He did say I beat
women in general.
Crack. I beat your ass on a whole night of crack.
He needs to fucking relax. He did make a good point though. I understood where he was coming from. I've never done none of the shit, right? But he was like, you give a 19-year-old all this fame, all this fortune, all this all these acclamations of him being the best, and you expect that nigga not to snort a little cocaine? You don't think that nigga going party at all? You're tripping.
Just look at him. He looks like a coke sniffer.
That nigga from, what is it?
Rochester, New York.
Oh, that's where he's from?
Yes.
Exactly. That even makes more sense. See, I thought he was from Arizona because that's where he trains at.
I know some folks from Rochester, New York, and I know they go ham over there.
I believe it. But they also go ham in Arizona where he's at right now.
That's true.
So you guys
hot as shit. I would go ham over there. The fuck you talking about? Nah, bro. I don't blame him, but bro, it's been years, and now you're a grown ass man. You can relax. If I was in hot ass Arizona and I watched that Carla Esparza Rose Namajunas fight, I would want to
bitch. You be a bitch off the go doing jumping jacks and shit.
Yeah. Pass me the craziest shit of moon rocks you got.
Please, something. Give me that shit off Breaking Bad. Fuck it. I'll even try that shit. Yeah, nah.
I'm trying some shit that look like a scientific chemistry compound. I don't care.
So moving on from that, then
send me to go see God.
We gotta talk about this shit.
Hey, hold on. Give us a second.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Right now, though, we gotta talk about Michael Chandler finishing Tony Ferguson. I think that's it for him, bro. I think that's it.
You sound like DC. DC was on Fox talking about some. Yeah, I don't know about Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson. Whenever you talk lightweight, one of the names that comes up is Tony Ferguson, and he was just like, "Yeah, you got to start thinking about your family. You got to start thinking about your health, and you got to start thinking about the next chapter."
The same shit.
And I was like, "God damn!"
Frankie Edgar passing the dip with his family now. I think it's time, bro. You might want to stop. This nigga has been on a slide. When was the last time Tony Ferguson won a fight?
It's been about a couple years.
They've been trying to feed him people. Not saying that they were trying to feed him Michael Chandler. No. They've been trying to feed him people, though, and he's been consistently losing. It's time. It's time, bro. Please stop hurting your legacy. You've been great. I think it's done, bro. I think it's done. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate how that last one went, but bruh, you don't have anything left to prove. Stop losing.
But Tomato, you fed him 4 of the best lightweights in the world. Like you gave
that with Michael Chandler too.
You gave him Justin
I would
Gaethje.
not be saying that if Michael Chandler lost.
But Michael Chandler is younger though. He's still kind of in his prime.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do you want to see Tony Ferguson go for the belt? Yes or no?
No, but he can still fight. He can still fight some of the 5 to 10 to even 15 guys. Yes,
so
like Andre Arlovsky. You're not complaining about Andre Arlovsky. Yeah, but he's beating undercarders.
Gatekeeper and he was losing.
Andre Arlovsky is fighting undercarders. Have Tony Ferguson fight undercarders, and I guarantee you the story's going to be a little different.
Tony Ferguson's record right now. Like, let's see who he's fought.
It's 22-7.
Right.
In his last 4 opponents, Justin Gaethje, not Donald Cerrone. He beat Donald Cerrone. Benny DeRouche, Charles O, and Michael Chandler.
So in 2021, hold up. It's loading.
I'm telling you, Justin Gaethje, Charles O, Benny DeRouche, and Michael Chandler. Those were his last 4 fights.
Yeah. Yeah, and he lost those 2 by decision.
Which one? Charles O and Benny DeRouche. Yeah. He got knocked, bro. He was getting pieced up by I was watching that Justin Gaethje fight, yo. I was like, damn, I don't remember him getting pieced up like this, dog.
He did beat Anthony Pettis.
He beat Anthony. Oh, that's right. No, because he's never gotten a title shot.
Who?
Tony Ferguson. He's never ever fought for the belt.
Damn. Wait. He didn't fight. Wait.
He's never
UFC 216. UFC 216 was Ferguson versus Lee. That was for the belt.
That was for but he didn't fight for it.
That was interim?
That was interim.
Yeah, that was interim. Okay. All right. I'm fine with that. So I will retract. I have looked up his record and who he's fought. He has not been a gatekeeper yet, but I feel like Tony doesn't want to be a gatekeeper. I feel like
he's going to have to be, though. He's fried.
Just let him stop. He's
fried. No. There's some guys he can fight.
Some fighters, and I'm not going to speak for Tony because I don't know the nigga. But I will say that to some fighters, it's more disrespectful for you not to let them get cut than to give them a bunch of mid to undercarders just because you want to either develop your roster or not let them go.
That's fair, but if he really wants to,
I feel like Tony is that guy.
Yeah, that's fine, but if he really wants the bread, he's gonna stay in UFC.
Yeah, if he wants the bread, cool.
He's not gonna be I'm sorry, he's not gonna be a main eventer in Bellator. He's just not.
If Yoel could be, he could be.
Yeah, but Yoel is different, and I feel like Bellator's lightweight division is a lot better.
I can agree with that. From what I've been watching a whole lot more Bellator.
Yeah, because Eddie Alvarez is there in lightweight. Who else? I'm looking it up right now. I know Eddie Alvarez is in there.
Who do you think will win in that while you look it up? Eddie or
Alvarez?
Alvarez. I agree.
Eddie Alvarez is tough.
He's very tough, and there's a bunch of crazy lightweights in that division. Is Eddie Alvarez even the champ? I don't think so.
He's not. It's Patrick Pitbull.
Yeah, that nigga a dog.
Oh, Benson Henderson would smash him.
Benson Henderson was supposed to retire, and he said, "Nah, fuck that."
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. I'm glad he's back. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I am very happy that he's back.
Me too.
But yeah.
He is. Brent Premise. Tough.
Very tough. Oh, you got AJ McKee. I know he just Gerard Mousasi. No. Wait. That's
Gerard Mousasi.
I was about to say heavyweight. Yeah. No, Mousasi is not heavyweight.
Light heavyweight. Or is he middleweight?
I think he's
light
middleweight.
heavyweight.
And
he might be
featherweight. Patricio Pitbull is featherweight. Lightweight. Patrick E. Pitbull is the champ. You got Sidney Outlaw, Brent Premise, Benson Henderson, Usman Nurmagomedov, Jesus, and he would dog
Jesus.
him. He would dog him. Jesus. Islam Mamedov is good. You got a good. Godzi is a dog. Godzi Rabadanov. Jesus Christ. What is that? I'm getting off the page. These Russians will fuck up Tony in the name of Habib.
Those names will give you a stroke.
No, bro. Go to NJPW and try to list off some names. You're gonna have a fucking aneurysm. I tried.
Yamatashi.
Nigga, no.
Uzumaki.
You're being rude because there's some wild
ones. I'm being rude.
Yeah, I just thought of something. What would
Uzumaki is an actual name though.
If CM Punk stayed in the UFC,
do we really have to answer that question?
Then he did. He would no longer be of this earth, and he would be fired. That's what would have happened. He would have been fucking fired if he didn't leave. I'm tired of talking about CM Punk. I'm not even gonna bring him because we've already talked about him enough. Fuck that. We're gonna talk about this shit and how my boy Charles Oliveira,
Charles Du Bronx,
fucking go.
He's an assassin, bro.
This nigga's chin is OD, bro. He is ridiculous, and No, but real quick, I do have to say I'm disappointed in Gaethje. How do you not continue? Like, what were you doing? It seemed to me like he was like, "Oh, he survived that and didn't know what to do."
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
He did not.
I don't know.
Like it was like if you saw when he landed, he did not follow up with shit. He saw him buckle and was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Oh shit, the fight's still going." And it was like he put everything he had in that punch and was like, "Oh damn!" Yeah, like that's literally what it looked like. It looked like an oh shit moment where it was like, "Oh, he's still up." I wasn't expecting that.
I don't know, bro, because I think anybody who's been paying attention to Charles O knows that even if you drop him, the fight's not over. Even if you try to pounce him.
I think that Justin Gaethje is.
You think he really, really hurt him? Like,
yeah, I think no, not even just that. I think yes, he hurt him, but Charles O has a ridiculous chin. I think that Justin, rightfully so, is extremely confident in himself. Look at what he did to Michael Chandler, right? And he was like, bro, if I can do that to that nigga, then what the fuck does Charles, like, he was probably like, of course he didn't beat Charles. Like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like in his mind, he was like, I can take him. I could probably beat Charles because I did this to Michael Chandler. I feel like that was really his mindset. And I think he got humbled. And once he still was able to recover, he was like, there ain't no way. You know, like I think that he was in disbelief and Charles O just kept fighting. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that Justin Gaethje stopped fighting because he was clearly in the fight, but you can tell that he was thinking. Like he literally was like, I need to go to the drawing board because I thought that the fight would be over. That's literally what it felt like. If you've seen any Dragon Ball Z fight, and when they hit Goku with the Wombo combo that they have, and then he's like, yeah, I ate that. They're like, ugh, for 3 episodes. That's literally what it took for Justin Gaethje. He got in the ring with Goku and didn't know what to fucking do.
I don't know, bro. I honestly
really
don't
how
know.
I feel about it.
I don't think he froze. I just think that he was a little hesitant to go into Charles's guard.
I think he was shocked because at the end of the day, he had him rocked. I think he did have him hurt. And if he followed it up with 1 to 2 more big hits, he would have been a champ. I do think
I don't know.
Would he have landed those 2 big hits? I don't know. I don't know. But if he landed them,
if he lands them, yes. But I don't know if Charles. I don't know if he hits those 2 shots to close it out. You know,
but the thing is, he didn't go for it, so it's like it leaves questions anyway.
Yeah, but that's because Charles O has a great guard, and so I just don't know. I don't know if Charles O would have even let him.
So then why not let him
get those grinding pounds off?
Why not just let him recover and be like, all right, get your ass back up. We're doing straight.
He did. Remember he stood back.
Oh yeah. I'm tripping.
After the first one, he stood back. The second one, he stood back a little bit, and then came up, and then he started throwing some a little bit.
I'm thinking of the second one.
Yeah,
because I was like,
but he hurt Charles.
He just kept doing that.
Yeah, he hurt Charles, but I just think that Charles always had his wits about him. I don't think he was ever out of the fight. Now I knew he hurt him because he hit him with one of those left hooks that is deadly, And remember, he tried to go up for a front kick, and Charles just fell down.
Yeah,
like, he just
he was like,
he was like,
you can see his knee was buckled. Like as
yeah.
soon as he got hit, he was already on his way down. He didn't just accept falling. He had no choice but to fall. It was by the grace of God that he didn't get the follow up. So my whole thing was like, Nick, what are you doing? That was That was your opportunity. And clearly, all Charles O needs is a minute. He just needs like 2 seconds to get his shit back together. And that's all he needed. And he was like, okay, I'm alive. I'm alive. This nigga's respawn is ridiculous, but that nigga was gone.
When he dropped him and put him in that rear naked choke, I was like, this man is an assassin.
There's nothing like, dog, you can't. After that, Charles is a fucking monster. Like, if I was him, I would have the most confidence, and you can see it. He walked right up the day.
Did you see the reel that's going around on Instagram where he was like, y'all can throw as many punches, but I'm gonna take them because my name is Charles Dubronx, and I'm illuminated by God. And I was like, oh, this man,
that's my goddamn nigga right there, boy. That man is talking that shit. And
he is serious.
To make it even better, bro. To make it even better, I love the fact that he was like, I'll take Nate Diaz and Conor in one night. Easy. I was like, go ahead, bro. Go ahead and talk your shit, bro.
I was like, this man
thing is on the top of the world. This man is on the top of the world. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And he deserves it. Fuck it.
So the question is, who's his next fight, though?
Conor. It should be Conor. But that
brings it up.
Yeah, hold up. That brings it up. Everybody wants a piece of Conor, right?
No, but he's the title contender. So you think Conor should be shot to the front of the line ahead of Benny DeRouche?
If Charles wants it, yes.
Michael Chandler wants it too.
World. So hold on. Before we really get into that topic, realistically, it should be Dariush. It should be either him or it should be Islam. Islam ducked the record with Dariush, so Dariush is naturally up next. Fair?
Yeah.
Right. But in this world that we're in, where, from what I've seen, the champ, even though he's not technically the champ, he's the champ. They get to pick wherever they really want to fight. You know what I mean? Like, they clearly get options. I feel like Charles still wants that money fight. And for some reason, Conor is still the money grab. I don't understand why. I feel like after his leg snapped, that should have been it. That should have been it.
Conor will always be Conor. It's almost like the best way I can put it is like The Rock. Why the hell is The Rock a money fight right now? It's because he's the fucking Rock.
It's different, bro. It's different. So personally for me, it's different because I was huge on the Conor McGregor train since like the braids Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Before the gorilla tag, like that young nigga was a dog. From like the prelims, he was crazy good. That nigga is dead. He is not there. He's a mouthpiece, and that is it. He is not coming back. And people need to understand that shit. His leg snapped in half.
You don't know
what fighter do you know comes back from their leg snapping in half? It hasn't happened. Silva. And he did not come back from that. He left. He was not.
That's because he didn't want to come back.
He was not competing on a championship level. The same thing just happened. Well, not just happened, but it happened to Chris Weidman. Weidman is not going to compete on a championship level. You can leave the UFC and you can be successful in other places. McGregor is not. McGregor, first off, wasn't going to be successful, and they proved that he wasn't going to be successful in a championship level before that all happened.
Where did he prove it?
Where did he prove it? When he was getting his ass whooped from Dustin Poirier.
Oh yeah, that second fight was crazy. But the third fight, before he broke his leg,
he was putting up a fight.
He was putting up a fight. You don't know that. It's not like we're talking about a torn ligament.
Leg snapped. It doesn't
but
matter.
Hold on, no. You're not talking about a torn ligament or a torn Achilles. You're talking about a bone that comes back stronger when you break it. It's not the same.
I am of high doubt.
And
that
plus,
the only thing that happened when his leg wrapped around Dustin's leg was bone damage. I don't think that's all that happens. It's not just a clean break. There are ligaments and shit that also.
It's ligaments, yeah, but it's still a clean break of a leg.
That's now interacting with shit that it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But when muscles around the bone are, they heal a lot better, and they're structured a lot better around bone.
Fuck that.
It's like I said, it's not like a torn. It's not like he blew out his knee or fucked his Achilles.
Listen,
he broke his leg.
That nigga's not coming back. He's not. I'm sorry.
You don't know that.
I will take whatever punishment you throw. If that nigga holds a belt, a single belt after this shit,
that's when you cut your hair.
Paint me a fucking liar, please.
That's when you cut your hair.
I'm telling you, that nigga's finished.
That's when you cut your hair.
That's when I cut my hair. I will cut my hair if that happens. If that nigga gets a belt, I will cut my hair. That's how confident. This nigga's not getting a belt. Who's he getting a belt from? No, who?
Nobody. I don't think he's gonna get a belt either. I never said he was gonna fight at a championship level. I just said that you're asking why are people still asking for Conor as if he was a money fight. Again, I go back to my analogy of he's still fucking Conor McGregor. He's the biggest draw in the world.
I get you. I get that point, but at the same time, I'm of a belief that if you're washed, you're washed. You know what I mean? Just because your name washed. I'm not, but pause. I didn't say I'm not trying to say that he's washed now, but he is on the fast track of being washed. Because if he loses,
he's on the downslide for sure. Yeah.
That's a wrap. Like, all it takes is one loss, because after Anderson came back and he lost, he was washed. And everybody
was
on
the slide.
That's it. Because before, everybody was on the Anderson train. Like, this isn't new. It's not on the same level, but this is not new in UFC. This isn't the first big-ass star that we've seen. And Anderson was on a wild win streak. This nigga did not lose for years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man literally went from division to division and could not be stopped.
Nah.
And niggas forget that shit. Conor did not do it that long. Conor was just an amazing mouthpiece. This nigga talks so great. Well, so great. He literally talks amazing. He can sell anything. So that's where it all comes from. But when you see him in the ring, nigga, all it's going to take is one more L. And that shit will start to dissipate. It is. I'm sorry. Like, that's really the long and the short of it with Conor. That's why it blows me, bro. This man has done great. Yes, but it's not on that same level. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen it.
We don't know. We had too small of a sample size to truly label him as washed. I don't think he'll, like I said, there's no denying
sample sizes though.
There's
both of them samples were pretty good goddamn samples.
Yeah, but Khabib is different.
I'm not talking about Khabib.
What's the other
talking about the injury. I'm talking about just strictly the injury.
No. The injury is not a good excuse to say he's washed.
The injury is a great excuse.
No, it's not.
That injury is not just a physical. That is a mental hurdle that he can keep talking about, but I promise you he's not going to throw that kick the same. It don't matter what you say. The doctor can tell you that shit is
That's
two
true.
times stronger
that is
than
true.
it was before. The
that is true.
Built up, nigga, you have a titanium leg. That shit is fantastic. And you are not throwing that bitch in the game.
That's true.
You might throw it in a street fight before you throw it against the UFC fighter. Let that nigga see Dustin again. He is not hitting that kick at all.
If he comes back and shows the same arsenal as he did before he got hurt, I wouldn't necessarily say he's washed. I'm not gonna say anybody who denies that he's not on the slide is ridiculous.
Yes.
He's not the Conor McGregor that we used to know. He's not championship level Conor McGregor. He never will be. No. But I don't think he's truly washed. And he has a lot of money still left on his name.
He has a lot of money left on his name if he wins. If he wins, his comeback one, it matters. I'm telling you.
It don't fucking matter if he wins. Anderson Silva went what, like 3-7 in his last 10 fights in the UFC, but he was still he was still drawing, bro. He was the co-main event against Izzy, bro. He was a draw, son. He is a draw.
After that third L, he was not a draw.
He's a draw.
He was not.
He's a draw. People pay big money to see him come back after that.
So here's what happened. And no, this is why it's so similar. Not a difference. Here's what happened with Anderson, and you can tell me exactly. Like, you can draw the comparisons. When it happened with Anderson, he got knocked out. Okay, cool. All right, run that shit back. He's gonna get that shit back. All right, cool. He was putting up a fight. It was a good fight. It was very even. Breaks his leg. Damn. Okay, cool. All right, when he comes back, he's gonna be better than ever. Nope, that shit did not happen. So it was like, okay, like
what didn't happen? What you mean it didn't happen?
It didn't happen. Well, that fight that he came back after he broke his leg, he looked completely different.
He did, but he was fighting. Well, mentally, he did look different. But no. But after that, he was straight. That Michael Bisping fight. Yes, he was straight. That Michael Bisping fight, he got robbed. He knocked that man out in one knee, and fucking Herb Dean didn't call that. Herb Dean's bitch ass. He didn't call that fight. He didn't call that fight. You go watch that Michael Bisping fight.
I gotta see it again because I remember that fight and I remember the outrage, and I was like, was Bisping out? Because I didn't see it.
He was out. He nailed Michael.
I was like, why are y'all mad? Like, I was just like.
He nailed Michael Bisping with the nastiest.
I'm gonna go watch it again after this. I promise. I'm gonna go watch it again and we can table it. But, bro, and I know I'm of the minority. I know that. I don't even have to run a poll to it. I know that I am of the minority that believes that Conor is finished because it's gonna take a minute.
You're in the minority.
I'm the first. I'm gonna be the bus driver on the bandwagon. And y'all can join whenever y'all ready to. And I won't say nothing.
No fucking bandwagon.
You're the minority. We have dip. We have some drinks. You know what I mean? There's a nice TV and heated seats. We got air conditioning too on this shit. So whenever y'all ready to join, it's cool, bro. We can all come in.
I'll tell you what you're the minority of. You always want to see old people past their prime get out the sport.
I do. That's exactly it.
You're ageist when it comes to sport.
When you're past your prime, you're taking up a spot.
You're an ageist.
It's time for you to go. And that's not wrong. That is not wrong. When you are past your prime, how?
You're absolutely wrong. You've been wrong about a lot of people.
You're taking up a spot.
You were wrong. You were wrong about AJ Styles. You were wrong about Edge. You were wrong about.
I was not wrong. I did not say. I said I'm cool. I said I'm cool with AJ and Edge for a little bit. I did not say
no, I'm not talking about them together. No, bro. No.
WWE. No. I'm talking about the UFC.
Pause. No. No. I'm saying you are anti-ageist across everything. If they are old, get them.
That's not true. Because
bro, you literally no. Hold on. No, you. I'm gonna go back to as far as our records go with this show.
Please do.
When we were talking about Styles winning the Royal Rumble or winning this championship, you was like,
why?
No, he shouldn't because he's old. Give it to because he's old. You said because he was old. No. You're an ageist. You said that he was old.
There's no such thing as an ageist. There's no such thing. You can't be ageist.
You said he was old. You said these niggas need to go via natural selection.
First off, I was talking about Vinnie Mac, and you're making a whole.
No, you were not. No, you were
you're
not.
Making a whole wild statement. I never said that about AJ.
You know what? My homework assignment is to go through the first 4 episodes.
I will make it short. If you show me the proof of me saying that I said put AJ to pasture, cool. I'm wrong. But
I didn't say pasture. I just said that you said he needs to be less a spot because he's old. And then somebody commented, they were like, AJ is aging like fine wine. He needs to
You know what? No, I do remember that. I do remember that. And I still kind of stand by that.
No, you're tripping balls.
I do kind of stand by that. I feel like what Edge is doing is great, and I think AJ is doing the same thing. So I'm fine with that.
Need to be less a spot.
What they're doing now is great. Any more would be terrible.
See,
but wait. I will say I would give more grant to AJ than Edge.
Okay.
Is that a lot? No. But I would give a little bit more.
Just give a lot more to AJ.
I'm not giving a lot.
AJ's doing things at 46 that I
does have more to give than Edge.
AJ's doing things at 46 that we couldn't even dream of doing in our.
Doesn't goddamn matter. That nigga is still 46.
Like, hey, bro, he's doing 450 splashes off the top rope.
Just to say the fact that age matters. That is a fact.
Age don't matter to AJ Styles.
Age is about to matter.
Maybe in 5 years. Maybe in 5 years. Okay. It don't matter to Rey Mysterio.
It do matter to Rey Mysterio. That's why that nigga hasn't been seen in how many weeks?
Age has nothing to do with why Rey Mysterio is not on TV.
Taking multiple stem cell treatments right now to finally address injuries that he's been ignoring. You want to know why? Because his goddamn age. No, that's why. He can't ignore it no more.
Age has no. You're taking my point out of context.
What?
Age definitely contributes to your physical being.
Right.
But age should not have anything having to do with how high you up on a card. If you're still doing this shit, if your performance is affected because of your age, that does not affect how high you are on a card. No, it should.
That's what I just said.
No, but you're using bad examples. Rey Mysterio's age, his age is not affecting his performance. It is not.
Listen, it
affecting AJ Styles. It's not affecting Anderson Silva. I mean, it kind of is a little bit, but it's not doing it as much as you're saying, bro. No, you're saying like this man is like a grandpa fighting out of his retirement home for money.
Okay, so let me explain myself. I just said that I will give AJ more. I will grant AJ more than I would Edge. Cool, right? But
you said a little bit more,
and I stand by that.
It's just bullshit.
It's not bullshit, bro.
It is.
It's not bullshit. He's able to do more than Edge is. Edge can do 2 spears. That's it. You're not getting nothing else from Edge. So that's fine. AJ is doing some great matches. But is it enough that you're going to want to see him back to back to back as the main event? You're a goddamn lie.
He doing more. No. Any wrestling fan can see it. He's doing way more than anybody. He's 46.
He's doing way more than anybody right now. What are you talking about?
A lot of people. He's doing more than Roman in the ring. I'm not
debating Roman.
Exactly. And Roman is 38. He's doing more. He's doing more than Randy. He's doing more than a lot of them niggas. And he's 46. In the ring, between the ropes. Why?
Look at who he's going. He went against Edge for like 20 times, and then Damien, who's been bullshitting.
But he's still delivering. That's my point.
He's okay. No, you know what? Damn it! No, this is the whole thing. We can argue on this bitch. No, he's delivering because of his goddamn name. Like,
no, anybody who can do that shit will be doing that shit at 46.
I'm not even just saying that, but I'm saying, like, bro, it's always, his matches are always the same. Like, I'm going to set up this phenomenal forearm 6 times, and one of these bitches is going to hit until it finally hits.
Whose matches in WWE aren't the same, though?
There's a few. What are you talking about? You got Ricochet.
95%.
You got Riddle. Riddle is stealing Randy's moves. Yes, but 90% moves are always different.
90% of all WWE wrestlers put on the same match that they've been putting on for the past, I don't know how long. So AJ Styles' matches look the same as his matches have looked 10 years ago. Randy's matches look the same. Before RK Bro, Randy's matches were looking the same.
I can give you that. But guess what?
He's in RK Bro, yes. AJ was in Randy's 44.
No, huh?
44.
That's like up there.
Yeah.
How much more you want from this nigga? How much? He wanted to.
I'm not asking for a lot.
Up his repertoire at 44.
I'm not asking for a lot, bro. The man is changing constantly. But I just
work on your character. Your character is what makes you interesting.
AJ's been working. AJ's been working.
I didn't say that AJ's hasn't been working, but I am more of a belief that personally, I'm glad to see Randy in more main events than AJ. And I don't think that's wild to say. It's not.
I mean, it's not wild to say, but you acting like AJ out there.
I'm not.
The crypt. And he's out there zombie walking.
You're exaggerating, bro. I'm not.
No, I'm not.
You're making me do it because you're challenging it.
He's waking up out of his coffin every morning to go wrestle in a ring.
He's taking like 4 different steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
He's waking up out of his hyperbolic chamber coffin.
No.
And he's surviving. And when he goes back after every match, he goes in the gorilla and he fucking passes out.
They have to hurry up and catch him as soon as he exits the stage. They have to as
soon as he walks in. Yeah, it's almost like I'll tell you exactly how you talk about AJ Styles right now. It's almost like he stays in somebody's house. It's like a flat balloon. And then
like a weekend at Bernie's.
And then when he gets to the stadium, they inflate him. And then he goes out to the ring. He does his thing. He walks to the back, and they deflate him. As soon as he comes through the curtain, this is what he does.
That's Goldberg. That was the whole Goldberg thing. That was him. But no,
it's like they got a plug in his ear and they take it off. I'm not gonna
sit here and act like I don't. I 100% believe that after a certain age, you do deteriorate because that's facts.
It's facts.
In wrestling, it's different, but in MMA, it is not different. Like wrestling, it's about your character, and I can see that in how people are trying to make it transfer over into MMA. And even Tim Spriggs, our boy Tim Spriggs, kind of talked about it just recently. He was talking about having faces and heels in jiu-jitsu and in the jiu-jitsu world, and how that would be more beneficial because you need a character and people root for characters. They don't just root for skill. I get that. And I get how that can be in MMA, but in my opinion, it's not necessary. You don't really need that shit because you're bringing in the wrong kind of base. If all you need is to be able to talk shit, but you get your ass whooped every time that you're in the ring because you no longer have it like that, then what's the fucking point? Why are you getting more money than the person that is literally dominating at every turn in a professional sport? It's not. I don't mean to say that wrestling isn't a full-on professional sport, but I'm talking just specifically MMA in comparison to the WWE. You know what I mean? I just don't believe that kind of attribute should land you more money than somebody who is undefeated and is crushing, but he can't talk.
I disagree. Because how do you
fight? That's fine. But if you can, I was about to say, if you can fight and win on an extremely high level, on a championship level, and talk shit, cool. And you may never get a champion. You may never get a belt. But if you can stay in top 5, cool. I can respect that. But if you slide out the top 5 and you still talking top 5 shit, you do not need. You don't get that money. You get what I'm saying?
How do you sell the fight?
How do you sell the fight? Nigga, the same way I was selling before. Nigga, I don't know.
You talk.
Huh?
Exactly, son.
No.
You talk.
No,
your name is influential.
It was the fact that you have this nigga who was 40-0, and then you have another nigga who was 37-0. These niggas have never lost. You may never have heard a press conference, and they were still selling. It may not be as much as the people that are about to fight like it's Jerry Springer at a weigh-in, because we like drama. But
I don't think that's true, because that's how boxing is right
now.
I
know it's true.
That's how boxing is right now, and boxing is not selling how it used to.
But you're going to say that it's not on that same trajectory? No, that's what I'm saying. Like, all of it is the same. Like, it's all heading to that trajectory. That's true. That's facts.
I don't think so. You say MMA and boxing, or MMA is heading to the same place that boxing is now?
Yes. And let me explain, though.
I disagree.
Let me explain. MMA fighters want the same money that boxers do. Why would they not copy it? Why would they not copy the style? I 100% believe that they are copying it. Do I think that it's heading in the same place in that regard? Like, in terms of like the popularity? No, because the management isn't allowing it. Dana White won't have that shit. You get what I'm saying? Exactly. So if it wasn't for management, it would. But if it was for the fighters, yes, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how the popularity is doing or what the public opinion is. These boxers are making millions, regardless. It doesn't, like, and Dana White said it in an interview. These boxers are making way too much money. That's fine. Regardless, they're making more money than your fighters who are bringing in more popularity. So why would they not fucking follow the formula of people who are doing less and making more? You get what I'm saying? And when Dana White does leave, which he's already planning to, then what? Then what?
It's almost like that AEW to WWE pipeline y'all was talking about, how AEW, y'all said that AEW is making superstars for WWE.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Because what is every UFC fighter that's huge trying to do?
They're trying to box. That's true.
It don't matter if I get my ass whooped. It don't matter if I can talk shit. I just need him to talk shit.
Kamaru, go get your money, boy. Go get your money.
I knew you were going to say it. But that's
Marty Fake Newsman, go get that bread.
Point. That is my whole entire point, all wrapped up in one. It's a terrible thing that's happening, but it sells. But just because it sells does not mean that it makes for good entertainment, because it doesn't. After, like, bro, you can have the biggest mouthpiece in the world and talk so much shit from a press conference to everything. You can see it in the Conor and Khabib fight. You can talk the most shit, and then you get your ass whooped to the point of submission. And it's like,
don't you think people know that it's not going to translate to good entertainment, though?
Not anymore. I feel like we do, but I don't think that the mass do. I don't. Because why would you pay for it then?
So you think the people... Actually, was that fight free? That fight was free. So do you think people would have paid to watch Anderson Silva and Izzy?
No.
You don't think so?
No, not at all. And I will say this personally. This is on a personal tip. If Conor loses this next fight, whenever he does decide to come back, I don't want to pay for another fight that has Conor in it. Personally.
Facts.
Not paying for it.
Facts.
Like, but that's my whole point. It doesn't matter how much you talk. But there are, like you said, there are a bunch of fans who will continue to watch and pay good money. And it's a shame because there are better fighters. But just because you talk
I'm
shit,
calling
a
spade. I'm calling a spade a spade. And I'm not arguing based on my personal opinion. I'm basing on what I know. I'm basing my argument on what I know is a fact. He has too much influence on his name, and it doesn't matter how washed he is. Conor McGregor is still going to fight at the top of the card because he is Conor McGregor. And it's just like Stone Cold. I'm going to keep drawing it back to wrestling.
You can't, though.
Yeah, I can, because when you make a name for yourself and it's garnered a lot of attention and a lot of popularity, it doesn't matter who you are.
So
they're
you
going
think
to pay money for you to come back and wrestle.
This strategy is good. Like, you think that this is the good thing to do?
Yes. The fact that he broke his leg. No, the fact that he broke his leg is going to be good for whatever revenue he's about to get.
If he loses this next fight, why should he still continue to be at the top of a card?
Because he's got a lot of dream matches. That's where you go back into this concept of dream matches.
Oh boy.
But he's got dream matches, bro.
He's got dream matches. There are dream matches, but why would you put it on the top of the card of a UFC promotion?
Because it's still money. That's the point I'm trying to.
Bro.
That's
I
the
don't
point.
Even think that Dana would even do that shit.
No, that's the point I'm trying to make. Hold on. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Dana has goddamn morals. Say what you want about the man. That nigga don't play that shit.
But he's not stupid.
He's not gonna keep him at the top.
He's got morals, but he's not stupid.
He's not. He doesn't have to be stupid.
No, bro.
He knows that will not. You know how many things that he has protected, like the UFC, from shit just like this? I promise you, there will be consequences if Conor loses this next one. That's like, what, 3 or 4 in a row? He's not going at the top.
Two in a row.
2? No. It was he lost to Dustin.
He beat Cowboy.
Huh? He beat Cowboy. Oh, he lost to Dustin before that, right? And then he fought Cowboy.
Yeah. He lost to Dustin before that. Yep.
Was that when he broke his leg?
So he fought Dustin.
Beat Cowboy.
He fought and lost Dustin. Beat Cowboy. Came back. Fought Dustin. Broke his leg. So he's on a 1-loss win streak.
Hold on. I need to double check this because I'm remembering it wrong. Because I thought he beat Cowboy, then fought Dustin twice back to back.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go by that real quick. Because I'm pretty sure he lost twice. At least he's lost twice. And if he loses,
no, you're right.
third,
twice. Yeah.
It was he beat Cerrone. He lost the one before that. But he lost to Dustin twice in a row. He lost by KO the first time, and then TKO because of the leg. If he loses again, he should not be at the top. He should not be at the top. Should he be off of the main card? No, but he should definitely not be at the top.
He'll be a co-main event.
Shouldn't he
for all his dream? He'll be a co-main event for all his dream matches.
So, what's the dream main event next,
bro?
And then we'll end it. Oh no, we got one more thing to talk about. Then we'll end it.
So the 3-2, I would say 2.
Just give me one. What's the next dream match?
Oh, Charles O.
You would give him Charles O?
Yeah.
Why would Charles? Okay.
Or Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler
would be better, but if he loses, who do you got?
If he loses to Michael Chandler?
No. If Conor comes back, right? Who is he fighting?
If Conor comes back, the best way to maximize
is he fighting Michael Chandler next?
I'm about to get to it.
Sorry.
If he comes back, the best way to maximize his drawing power is to put him against Kamaru if for some god awful reason they put him in there with Kamaru and then put him in there with Michael Chandler.
I don't think that they're going to do that. And I
don't think they should either. I pray to God they don't put him in there with Kamaru.
I really hope they do.
I'm just saying though.
And I don't even think Kamaru is okay with that.
Kamaru better not take that shit.
I don't want it. That just made me sick. I don't want to see that.
I'd much rather Dustin Poirier move up and get an automatic title shot.
Yes, I would much rather that. I would much rather see him fight Michael Chandler. Shit, I would rather see a rematch between him and Jose Aldo. Like,
oh,
yeah.
That's a co-main event right there.
That can be.
That's a draw.
Event.
That's a draw. So yeah, do him. But didn't Jose Aldo move down?
Like
he moved down though.
That's why I snuck it in there. Like honestly,
Jose Aldo moved down.
Jose Aldo did move down.
He's in bantam, and remember they fought in feather.
That.
They fought in feather.
I did forget that. And Conor keeps moving up. Conor's not going back down.
He's not going back down, so that's not.
Conor's not going back down, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
but it would be nice.
Jose's in bantam. They fought in feather. Conor's moving to light, or Conor is in light, might be moving to welter, which is kind of.
He shouldn't. God, he should not.
Ooh, if he did move to welter though, I would love to see him and Jorge.
I was gonna say him and Jorge or him and Kobe, bro.
Yes, him and Kobe on the promo would be beautiful, son. Wonderful. That's what I'm saying. This just all drives to my point that his influence, his name.
Him and Kobe are not going to be a top main event.
They will be a
pay-per-view. Maybe for
they will be they will be a co-main event for a pay-per-view card. You're smoking dick.
No. If he's coming back, if that's his fight coming back, yes. If he loses his first fight coming back after the leg injury, no. I'm firm against that.
But no, I think
coming back, it does have the potential to be a top of the card.
I disagree. The man still has a lot of drawing power to his name, and regardless of the outcome of his next fight, he still has 2 or 3 more dream matches that can draw money, and we just named them off the top. Right. So even if he gets Michael Chandler next,
because I definitely did. I can concede.
If he goes and fights Michael Chandler and he loses, and let's say he moves up to welterweight permanently, he still has Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington. Those are his 2 dream matches. And then after that,
I don't even necessarily know who I want to see Jorge. I would rather see Colby.
I'd rather see Colby too. But after those 2 fights, if he loses both of those, then I will be on your train.
I get you.
You can be gone. You can be gone.
I'll be here.
But that's still my point that he's still going to draw money with those fights.
Yeah. Okay. So, speaking of drawing, right? I was going to say speaking of draws, but no. So, the last topic, right?
That's wild.
We got to talk about this to end it off because this is a draw. And I don't agree with it because I think that is fucked up.
It is pretty fucked up. But look at their builds. They're the same. They look the same.
Hamzat looks way more cut.
He does, but I'm saying like Nate Diaz 5 years ago looks exactly like
Hamzat looks like what Nate used to look like when he was.
That's what I said. That's what I just said.
And it's like but it's like I used to be you, and so now the younger him is gonna fuck him up, and I feel like that's a fucked up thing to do to Nate.
I just thought about it. It's Izzy and Anderson Silva all over again.
I want to agree, but I feel like fundamentally, no. But I can see why. Because Hamzat says the same shit that Nate says. But the difference between him and Nate, and I guess this is because of, reputation and age, is that Nate is like, nigga, I'm not just fighting anybody. You have to fight people for me to recognize you. You right? Get what I'm saying? Hamzat is just like, put somebody in front of me, I'm going to kill him. You get what I'm saying?
That's perfect.
Yeah. Like, the potential of this fight is cool, but my problem with this match in particular is if Nate was not retiring and if this wasn't his last fight on the contract, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I would not have a problem with it.
That's fair.
He made it very clear what his requests were, and they're being ignored at every turn. He said, 1, I'll go to Bellator. I'll do whatever I can to go to Bellator real quick. Just let me do that, and I'm cool. No. All right, cool. Give me Dustin. No. Well, then what the fuck? Hamzat next option. You don't give me this nigga? Like, hold on.
Him and Hamzat would be more of a
as my
draw than
last
him
match though. That's fucked up. I feel like that's a really fucked up thing to do to somebody who has been as consistent and who will take whatever you give him as Nate. I feel like that's a really fucked up thing to do. There's no reason for that because we know how that's gonna go. Nate is not winning that fight.
No, he's not.
So why do that to him on his last fight?
Because it would be entertaining.
It doesn't matter. You don't do that to people who have been loyal to your company for as long.
I don't give a fuck you, Nate Diaz. You're gonna fight Hamzat.
Yeah,
no, I'm playing.
He's like, that's what it feels like. It's like, okay, you brought weed into this sport. I'm gonna get you fucked up on your last fucking fight, then, bitch ass. Like that's really what it feels like. It feels like it's all come full circle, and Dana White is like, "Whoa, I've been waiting for this," and he's like, "Bet I'm gonna make some money, and I'm gonna get your ass whooped one last time."
But I will say, to play devil's advocate, we were talking about this earlier, that if Nate Diaz really has influence, truly has influence on who his last fight is, and this fight goes through, don't you think that Nate would have had influence in having Hamzat as his last fight? Like, well, I feel like if they didn't give him Dustin, there was some type of negotiation that went down.
Is that fight official?
No, it's not official, but it's heavily rumored. It's heavily rumored. But if that were to go down and Dana is not, inconsiderate, and he actually gives Nate Diaz heavy influence,
we're gonna act like this nigga not inconsiderate.
Oh, he's super inconsiderate. He's super
exactly.
He don't give a shit.
This nigga after that point does not give a fuck.
But and if he's still,
he would have good enough reason to be as disrespectful as he is to Nate. I get it because he has given Dana White a whole lot of problems. He's been very stubborn. But at the end of the day, this nigga one is a legend. Like he's going to the Hall of Fame. No ifs, ands, or buts. This nigga's on the Hall of Fame.
We talked about it.
Brought in huge amounts of fans. He's brought in consistent numbers. And he's taken fights that everybody has been like, you probably shouldn't have took it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the Diaz brothers are icons. They're pop culture icons.
They're icons, bro. And the fact that you have that and you have him extremely vocal, it's really fucked up to not go with that. And the fact that Nate hasn't spoken about this shit, as vocal as he's been, is an indicator to me. He don't want that fight. Why would he want that fight? And then you put him in a fucked up position because it's like, oh, now that it's his last fight, now you don't want to take that fight. Like he's a bitch for it. And that's a fucked up thing to do. Because it's like, bro, this is it. Why do I want my last fight to one? I know I'm gonna lose. Like I think
he probably knows he's gonna lose to Dustin too.
But I really feel like the Dustin fight is a better fight. And I think he knows that. He's like, if I'm gonna go out, I want to go out to that fight.
There's no denying that's a better fight. But to me, I just think that he wants to fight a fight that's kind of gonna sum up his career pretty well. And
I don't think that Hamzat is the one.
Nah, bro.
Hamzat is going to have, if Hamzat drops him, it's going to be a lot more devastating than if Dustin drops him. And I don't see Dustin dropping him. But I can see Hamzat dropping him. And that's terrifying. Because don't nobody drop me.
I don't think that I don't think Hamzat's going to drop him, though. I don't think Hamzat's going to drop him.
I can see it.
I can see it, but I don't think he's going to drop him.
Because, one, if this is Nate's last fight, why would he go all in the camp? Why would he want to? He can bullshit in the camp and make weight and everything and be like, okay, like, I can get the fight that I want and it be entertaining without having to, like, overexert myself. He's made it clear he wants to be with his family and shit. More than likely, for half of that camp, he's going to still be with his family and shit, doing shit that he wouldn't do at any other camp because this is your farewell. You get what I'm saying?
I'm just saying
farewell fights are not real fights. Dustin, I feel like, has a lot more respect for the nigga and would be like, okay, we just gonna make this a good fight. Hamzat don't give a fuck about Nate. Hamzat's gonna want to fucking scrap. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know.
This is fucked up. Hamzat is going to want to fuck him up because Hamzat needs a name still. Hamzat has a big name right now. I'm not saying that, but Hamzat right now is on fire. And if he, in the slightest, takes it easy on Nate, it's going to be a problem for Hamzat.
Bro, it wasn't a problem for Izzy, though. I'm going to keep going back to the Izzy Anderson joint. Izzy.
You put Izzy and Nate on the same level?
Izzy and Nate?
Yeah.
Izzy and Hamzat, you mean?
No, Anderson. I meant Anderson and Nate.
At this point in their careers? Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I thought that you would be with me on this one.
They have two different styles, yeah, but they're as effective.
That's very interesting. I did not expect you to say that. I'm gonna be completely honest. That was probably the most
after the argument that we just had.
Exactly. That was the most surprising thing. I thought I did not expect that shit to come out of you.
At this point in their lives,
wow.
If that Anderson Izzy fight happened right now, no title on the line, I think it would look just the same as Hamzat and Nate Diaz. It would just be less of a chess match and more bombs being thrown.
Yeah. But
I don't think it's a bad match for Nate Diaz. I don't even think this is a terrible match for him to go out, bro. I think he knows exactly who Hamzat is, especially after that Gilbert Burns fight. Because how the fuck do you not know about the fight? How the fuck do you not know about the fight of the year right now?
But why would you want that fight? If this is your farewell, why would you want that fight? Why would you want your last fight to be against the guy that possibly had the fight of the year? It's ridiculous. I wouldn't want that fight.
Hey, look, Hamzat played the Gilbert. My thing is, Hamzat played the Gilbert Burns. He was just like, I'm not going to wrestle this man. I'm going to throw bombs. And so I think he would cater to Nate Diaz's style of fighting. And I don't think
it's a style of fighting.
Just going in there and throwing, son, and getting hit too. The man cuts easily. I mean, yeah, but honestly, son, I think we're overestimating the power that Hamzat possesses. I think he caught Gilbert Burns a good couple times, but to me, I just think that a lot of it had to do with exhaustion. I've never seen Hamzat as this powerful puncher. I just think that he's relentless. That's the thing. And so if he's really going to follow along suit with Nate Diaz's style of fighting and not being relentless in terms of wrestling and just getting niggas on the ground and pounding and doing whatever you can just to win the fight, I think he would seriously keep that shit up on the feet and just, fight him.
So my thing is, I have to go back to what I was saying about the camping stuff. This is his farewell. I don't see him taking the camp as serious because he doesn't need to. The whole draw is that this is Nate's last fight. Nate is a whole legend who has given everything to this sport, who has elevated this sport and evolved this sport through constant other battles other than fucking fighting. We lost years of Nate's career off of stances that he took. You get what I'm saying? So he is a fucking draw. And this being his last fight is going to be one of the biggest draws of his career. And for that, it's like, okay, I shouldn't have to train as hard. I shouldn't. I should be able to go out on my shield and have a good ass fight and give the fans what they want. You're going to pair me with somebody who is fucking starving. You get what I'm saying? Like, it does not matter. Hamzat is a monster. And he's going to want a fight. I do not see, and based off of Hamzat's comments, based on his personality and off of what everybody else has said about him, he does not give a fuck about a farewell tour. And I don't think that that's a problem, but then why would you give him that fight? Why should that even be a possibility? Why put Nate even in that scenario to even have to even consider taking that fight? Why not give him somebody who he can scrap with, have a good fight, who could actually understand where he's coming from and actually respect that shit and give us a good fight.
I don't think we'll truly know. I really don't think we'll truly know. I think that Hamza will be cool with it.
And I just like to complain. I know that this fight is more than likely going to happen, and I feel bad. That's all it really is. I feel horrible.
And if it goes all 3 rounds, and there's just like a few nicks on Nate Diaz, you'll be happily wrong.
That will make me a huge fucking fan of Hamza. For one, I would be like, I'm already a huge fan, but that I would be very much more of like, I'd be super happy with that outcome, because that's what you need. Nate is notorious for not finishing fights, like being like, gotcha, and continuing the fight. Like, he's been known for that. So I feel like if he was to do that to Nate, it'd be like, I fuck with that. You get what I'm saying? Now, if it happens more than once, then you can knock him out. I get it. But you pulling the whole Anderson, like the whole Izzy Anderson comparison, Hamza needs to do that first. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that happening, because that's never what Hamza has presented as. The whole thing is just like, I'll fight whoever. That's the comparison.
He'll fight Nate Diaz.
I know, and he'll win. And that's my worry. It's just
anybody who fights Nate Diaz right now will win. He's not going out on his shield.
Not going out on
his shield? Let me rephrase that. Anybody who Nate Diaz wants to fight for his last fight will not lose to Nate Diaz.
No. When I say go out on your shield, he can lose. He can lose, and that's fine. It's just how he loses. That's the problem.
Be able to go.
Don't destroy the nigga on his farewell. That's fucked up.
I would destroy his ass.
Huh?
I would destroy him. If I was Dustin Poirier, I would go out there and try to smash this man, son.
That's fucked up.
Now, granted, I wouldn't
have any reason.
I wouldn't smash him in the first round. I would piece him up. But anything after that first round is fair game. I'm trying to knock his ass out.
I feel like that's okay. But I feel like Hamza is gonna make it a one round affair.
Nah,
honestly,
he wouldn't make it a 1-round affair.
Feel like he would.
He didn't make Gilbert Burns a 1-round affair.
He couldn't. He tried.
That's true. Couldn't. It's very true.
He could. Hey, that's the difference. I know he could with Nate. And that's the fear. That is the fear.
Sheesh.
Gilbert ain't leaving yet. That's the whole difference. But nigga, we went way over. But this was fun. Like, there was way too many topics to talk about, and my hair is green, which is a whole other topic that we have. But yeah, man, it's time that we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
So what you got? What's the last thing you got, bro? To sum it all up,
Nate Diaz, go fight that boy Hamzat. Go get that money. And AJ Styles, I hope you wrestle until you're 55. Just to stick it to T-John.
I was about to say, just to spite me. I'm not angry or upset with that. I wouldn't mind it, as long as it's not top of the main card. Stay where you at, AJ. We're all good.
It'll be top of the morning, I'll tell you that much.
That's it. We're finished. We're done.
Top of the morning.
So thank you all for tuning in to another rendition of the All Real Crew, man. This was a blast as always. Like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe to Take It to the Ring.
Get well, Charlotte.
What?
Get well, Charlotte.
Charlotte is fine. She's got to get married, bro.
I know, bro.
What are you talking about? Don't do that. This is the All Real Crew. We're not feeding into the bullshit.
Have a good wedding, Charlotte.
There we go. Much better. Congrats. But thank you guys again. And as always, man, we'll see you guys next Saturday. But until then, y'all, keep it real.